right, and welcome to another session of 2096, a post apocalyptic D12 role playing game set in the not so distant future. Intelligence is rewarded, stupidity is punished, and whatever you do, don't roll that one. Where are we? I don't know. This is MC session, your Wednesday session. Thank you for arbitrating as always, and, herding us cats or whatever you do. And I'm going to hand it right over to you so I can do some stuff. Yeah.
Yes, we're in the region. Everyone is in Baseland. You've successfully entered after being wanted by pretty much everyone, or at least Prism and a few others are. Not everyone, I believe. Um, there are a few of you who are not wanted. Everyone, so they're okay. Um, so if we could have each person, starting with Prism, describe who they're playing and what they're playing at.
Playing at. Define at for me.
Playing out what you're playing with, what you're doing.
What
Who
am I
are
doing?
you? Why,
Who
why
am
are
I?
you doing it?
Right now, Prism's Merc, and his past doesn't matter, but it kind of does now, as we've done a job in Genesis that we got fucked at, we'll say, and now some of us have multi-million credit bounties as we're running around the wasteland now trying to find a place for ourselves. And I think the last session we decided that, well, I said fuck that and let's just go to war with the corporation because that sounds like a great idea. Hopefully we can make some money on the way. And I think last session, while you all were out scouting, I was basically, I'm not going to say what I was about to, but I was basically back at our little base camp, just overseeing. I don't know what I was fucking doing. But, anyways, yeah, we're going to war with the corporation because that sounds like a great idea. Let's mix things up. That's it. That's all I got for you.
Okay, so next we're gonna go for Igor. Why not? Good for you.
I'm James. I'm currently playing as Igor. And I just realized he is now level 2.
Yeah, that's a nice.
Okay, that
Congratulations.
doesn't help. Congratulations, but that really doesn't help the rest of the world. Tell us about Igor or Igor, whoever.
Igor was employed by InfoSite to help Prism get relocated, situated in Baseland. I did look at the map. And well, yeah, he also helped Sarah get employed.
Okay, so that's two of the old party. Fortunately, Igor is not wanted, so he's all right. So we're going to go for Seradin next. Tell us about Seradin and tell us what Seradin's doing.
So he is like an unwanted gen tech experiment, and for being trapped up for his whole life, he wants to seek revenge. He's gonna try to take them down from the inside by working for a corporation that is contracted to transport gen tech goods and stuff. And that's about as much as we know, I think.
Okay, so you're currently under their employ. Okay, that will just leave Cade.
Oh, uh, I shall be playing Cade. Uh, last time you saw him, he was working on the truck with the lead pad, putting plating on it and fixing the hole in the roof. He's a vehicle operator for the group. Yeah, he was called in by Prism to help, so that's it.
Okay, so with that in mind, you have scouted out this location. You also know of someone who's also you think will be working for them, an auditor. But at the moment, Saradin has got a job on the base, which you've been monitoring, which you think is one of theirs. When I say theirs, I mean Gentex. So, what do you want to do now? unfortunately, Saradin's job doesn't start straight away. They've said a week, but it could well be sooner. But in the meantime, what do you guys want to do?
So I'm flat broke. I need a job. I thought I'd be able to get one sooner than a week.
Well, like I said, it could well be sooner, but they said it will be no longer than a week.
I'm
You
going to
guys
be
want to
sending you a
con some
DM.
people?
Sorry, what?
I'm going to be sending you a DM.
Okay.
Ooh, direct
Guys,
message. He's hidden. See?
got any ideas of how we could make some money? In the meantime,
You could pick
Don't
up
know.
some serious jobs.
You can pick up some bounties.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look over at him. Yeah, I always figured, I could always float you, but I say, what are we gonna find out about? I say we switch gears and focus on this guy Philip for a little bit. He might be worth something, and basically, I don't know. Anyways, Philip. Well, he had some memorabilia that I got for that we picked up back when we were, I believe, in Genesis. It was pretty expensive, antique kind of shit. Not that I'm an antique dealer, but it did gross us some credits. If this is the same Philip, he might have other places, or I don't know. I think it's something we should investigate though while we're waiting. And if you need like a float, I'll be more than happy to do that. I mean, you guys got to make some credits. I understand that. I don't have a ton, but at least keep you, worm shine and whatever on the table there, Sheridan. It was pretty good getting in that facility, by the way. That's great job with the job. Hopefully that pans out for all of us. Yeah.
well, our goal is we're trying to gather information on this company. And if I'm wanting to be a better inside guy, I need to be able to like better take in the information around me. So I don't think it would be a bad idea to get some cybernetic eyes.
I'm
No, it's
gonna.
like
Kate's
the
gonna.
guy,
Kate's gonna look
but
at him,
maybe
and he's gonna
decent
give
thing.
him like a
Hold on.
question. Kate's gonna look at Saradin. He's gonna give him a questioning look, looking straight in the eyes, and say, "Didn't you basically just become a temp?"
Yeah, yeah.
So then why do you need eyes? They're not going to let you go into the high end part of the facility. You got to work your way up. I still don't know why you took that job.
So I can, take pictures from inside.
Okay, so you're going to take pictures, but
I mean, it's a foot in
you
the
didn't
door.
specify. They didn't specify what they're going to do, what they're going to have you do,
Yeah, they did.
when they're going to have you do. What are they going to have
What?
you do?
I'm gonna be like their busy person, like
Specific.
printing their paperwork out and stuff. Or I mean,
So they give you menial tasks they don't need, and they're probably going to load it onto you. So that's what you're going to be doing the whole time.
I feel like you're
Good luck.
misinterpreting this. By me being just an intern, they never suspect me to be the person that would be like stealing corporate information.
That's the first person they're going to expect.
Well, it depends on what's being stolen,
Yeah.
and it depends on. I mean, if it's some high-tech thing which he has no access to, then maybe they won't think he's guilty. But
It's like,
if he's stealing from the paper or he's stealing from the fridge, then yeah, he may be guilty. It just depends on how convincing he is.
That's it. I'm gonna,
More so, what I mean is that I might be able to sneak a glance at their computers and see what they're importing or
Well,
something.
I think since you're going to be working there, you'll be able to do all that. In some which regard, we're not sure, but let's take it easy. We don't want them to let on that anything's off. If you suddenly show up with some new augs, that might be a giveaway. You know what I mean? Let's just take this one
Thank
day at a
you.
time. I'm going to look over at Cade and be like, and by the way, what have you been doing? I think you've just been working on that. Why, by the way, what does it look like? Is it like Mad Max right now? Has it lost its all like nice,
It's currently
sleek?
Mad Max. It's lost its all. It looks like a pile of junk, so it's not inconspicuous. But the underneath is very, very upgrade. I haven't upgraded yet, but like the underneath is an actual high lev kind of vehicle.
You know, we're not out in the fucking wasteland here, right? Just saying.
Well, yeah, but it also helps that it's not as recognizable.
Why? You think that would
The
have
one,
been? Yeah.
the one thing I will say is yes and no. If you're driving around Mad Max style in the middle of a city, people are going to notice. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
not really. It looks like, you know how like look like a whole bunch of metal plates are like, welded on in lines segmented. It looks like it's homemade.
I think also we should put a call into a broker if we can. Is By the way, did we fix the love doll for InfoSite? Was that able to happen? I don't know if you remember me saying that.
No, because that requires a proper
Okay. Role-playing.
that requires a proper access to proper a proper facility, and you don't have access to that.
Maybe we could find somebody who can take care of this. Is he currently
Prism,
in
do you
house?
He does say actually, the Love Doll does say actually, don't worry, I will organise my own repairs. I believe there will be people in the area who will be able to recover me, and unlike you, I'm not wanted, so I'll pop out and I'll get myself repaired. So I'll see you all in a bit. And she basically pisses off, leaves you to whatever you want to do.
I'm gonna look over Cade.
Well,
What were you saying there?
Fuck. Do
Right.
you have the stats for the vehicle? This is like out of.
I don't know. Ask him. See. What were you saying, James? I'm gonna look over at Igor. Igor, what's up?
Oh, not much. I'm actually speaking to him, not using my telepathy.
Thank God. Don't do that shit. Skews me out.
Let's have a look.
Uh,
Let's bring up let's see what's going on. Go to this video.
Do. All right. Should we focus on
I'm
finding
about
out?
to focus.
I didn't hear a word of that. It was very muffled.
You're being muffled there again.
Sorry, I'm on my cell phone because I don't have a mic for my headphones yet.
Sounds much better though.
Sorry. I have to pick up my cell phone to talk.
There you go.
But I'm gonna try to float over and try to speak, saying that we should most likely later give him possibly a couple of days to get into the work routine, and then he'll be able to be in better eyes for us to gather up more information.
I think that's a good idea. I mean, we don't even know what's in that place, if it's even worth it. I mean, there's something in there, so something, obviously, but we don't know what kind of, if it's tech, if it's data. So, I know you want
Don't
eyes.
forget the woman's whole life story I sent you.
Wait, the what? I'm gonna look at you and be like, what?
Don't forget about that whole woman's life story I sent you.
Here we go. So I found it. It's 6-person enhanced. It's got 1800 armor level 4, speed 120, cargo 12.
Okay. Would you be able to put what I welded? What I know I can't weld the whole thing, but the front engine's covered, and kind of protecting the lev or like riot shield metal plates because
Right, okay.
I can't find.
You've got to remember, this thing was shot to pieces, blown up, and everything else. So whatever repairs you've done have returned it to that value. You're not having any more.
Okay.
Because for a start, the turret was ripped off.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So it's just right. Okay. So I'll just get rid of the 10 rat shields and say I use that to repair the body in the crack.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. So it's not looking like a fucking bullet hole piece of shit.
Yeah. Basically, yes.
Cool.
And it no longer has a weapon. It has now, because the turret's been taken off. It has no weapons. It still has everything else, so lights and whatever. But
That's a problem.
Is there a way to upgrade the engine?
not in this place, no.
Remember, it is a lev, too.
And-
I'm gonna need more tools to actually do that, won't I?
You will need access to a proper vehicle.
Repair
vehicle,
shop.
Vehicle lab actually, because it's a lev. So you need a lab more than just a simple repair shop. So yeah, if you want to start upgrading that kind of thing, you can do whatever repairs you need to make it work, but you cannot improve it with what you've got.
Okay. So it works fine with the extra. Okay, cool. If fuck, I'm kind of with Derek on this, that we need to get a weapons
Sarah
crafting. Saradin.
I don't know who Derek
Okay.
is.
Oh,
We
Uzumaki
need a
joined.
weapon crafting skill.
Uzumaki. Uzumaki.
Yes, I am here.
Hey, you're here. That's fine. Good. Well done.
Mm,
Of the biggest wanted criminal of all of you.
Okay, yeah, the
Oh wait,
regular-
I just remembered a problem we have.
What is it?
I don't know if I told you guys, but I said that I drive a car and that I'm gonna have parking in their parking garage underneath.
Oh,
What
I get a
car?
parking pass
that's
and
Okay,
an entrance to there.
that's okay. You will get, but you will need to turn up with a car to do it.
Yeah,
I
that's
turned
what
to
I mean. I
Prism.
don't have a car and I don't know how to drive. I kind of just bluffed my way through.
I turn to Prism. I say we should probably get this lev vehicle scrubbed and coated.
or just sell it. I don't know. Do whatever you want with that. I don't. I'm gonna look over at Faye or Usamagi as I take a swig of warm shine, and I just like I don't know. Hold on, I gotta change something.
MC, how much would it cost to get this lev vehicle recoded? Like, so it's not trackable, kind of. You know what I mean? Like it's not under their name, kind of crap.
You could remove. I mean, you could remove any tracking and reprogram it yourself as long as you've got a hacker to do it for you. So there'll be no cost relating to that.
Do you know how to hack?
So as long as you've got someone who has access to the systems, a hacker, your own hackers can deal with that without too much of a problem.
I'm gonna turn to Uzumagi, and I'm gonna be like, "Hey, you mind helping out with this so we could have Saradin, be able to drive this in?"
No.
Say
Wait,
that's
what?
not-
What? This is the car you're
No.
welding and stuff.
Hold
that you're
on,
having
this
to
is not a
scrub.
This
I'm
is
just-
not a fucking car,
I'm
guys.
just
This
gonna
is an
look at,
APC.
Cade as he says that, with and my faceplates are retracted. I'm gonna swig on a little bit of moonshine before I look over at Usamagi, and I'm like, you wanna explain to him? I can't, and I walk off at that point.
I mean, I could let him drive my my bike.
Usumagi will look at
I'm supposed to be presenting myself as a corporate person that has connections and stuff.
No,
Bike is my left
no,
foot.
that's not what you're presenting yourself as.
You're a
You're
fucking
presenting
intern.
yourself as some fucking intern with no connections, nothing. You're a fucking nobody.
Hey, while
No,
they're
we had the doctored
on.
because was it Valentine rolled really high on the intelligence for making the resume
Yes.
and he threw in fake sources.
He did, but that does not mean you're fucking the bee's knees, mate. It just means you're a good.
No, I gotta keep up with the appearance though that I've put on there. I should show up in a car that an intern of those jobs that I've had would be able to afford.
Hey, while this is all going on,
Okay.
while this is all,
Usumagi hasn't really had a chance to reply, so he just shakes his head.
yeah, Well, this is. I was going to say while I walk away, I'm going to open my comm. I'm going to pull up a rental service, a dealer broker, and I'm going to fucking rent like a little fucking intern shit box. I'm going to have it fucking automatically delivered over to here so he can use that while they're doing it. So,
Punto, some sort of fucking
yeah, just an intern
a
vehicle.
ego or
Yeah,
whatever.
it's
Igo
not
or
a
whatever.
lev. It's going to be fucking wheeled. For how many credits this is or whatever.
I
And
think we're going to a junkyard to find a beat up junker.
I'm not around. to
No,
even
because
listen
he's
yet.
an intern, not a fucking student.
Once again, it's not going to be something like totally shit, but it's going to be something automated. He doesn't really need to drive, and it's going to take him from point A to point B for X amount of credits. That's what's going on. So while they can show up at any time. But anyway,
It's going to be a two-person. Sorry, I'll be generous. I'll say a four-person compact. Would you like the stats for it?
How much storage?
Well, it's a compact, so not a fucking lot. Why? What are you gonna do?
Okay.
Move in?
No. If there's 4 seats, it's good enough. But hear me out. I'm thinking this car is gonna be a sleeper car. It can drive in. It's gonna sit there the whole day. So what if like one of you guys was to like hide in the cargo or something, and then you could
No.
use? No, you guys don't like this idea.
No.
Not really.
It would get you guys in undetected.
They would
That's an
definitely detect
assumption.
us.
That is a large assumption. Be careful what kind of assumptions you make. I'll be generous and I will say that now. Do not assume because you hid in the boot, they're not going to know.
Well, okay, we're gonna have to do some recon. We're gonna have to see if the parking garage has cameras or
most definitely
scanners to get
does.
in.
Prism yells from across the fucking bay as there's a honking sound over by the doors. Somebody let that in.
They'd only look
I
for
walked over
nefarious
to the
things,
door, get out of
Right,
the
they
way.
don't deliver that
Like
quick.
Whatever.
MC.
Yes.
I have enough points to get rid of my defects. It's volatile and ravenous. Am I good to do that now?
By the end of the session, yes, because that's generally that's an evolutionary thing. So you're evolving. So
No, I'm
you
getting
can-
rid of them.
Yeah, but you can't.
Oh no, I get what
You
you're saying.
can't
Sorry.
just drop them. They don't just go. Yeah,
Yeah,
gone.
yeah.
They have-
No, I got it. I figured it out. Yeah, you good.
So
I'm
okay,
stupid.
so you've hired a compact now, brand new, that cost 140k. So I'm going to say that is going to be how much? Remembering a pair of socks cost 1200. I'm going to admit I'm not sure about these prices, mate.
Wait for rental or what you're about to tell me?
Well, no, because I don't have the rental price. I have the full price, and the full price for a four-person compact is 180,000.
Yeah.
Which is not a lot, really.
Do 10% of that a week.
I might have to up the prices. That's what I'm hearing.
I think you might do. Yes, I would suggest at least. Well, remembering a pair of socks cost like what 200 or something.
It's like more 1,000. Wasn't it 1,000, 2,000 or some shit?
Yeah,
like that?
exactly. So a car's going to cost significantly more than 20 times a pair of socks,
Yes.
isn't it? Because £20, 20 times a pair of socks is say 200 quid, which is no.
This is.
Not-
You can tell me whatever you want.
Brand new compact, no. So we're gonna say it's 2,000 a day. 2,000 a day, and but it is a brand new compact, so it has air conditioning and MP3 player and all that stuff. Internet access, so you can just it will have an auto drive option, so that's fine. So you can turn up and you can tell it to drive for you, so that's fine. So
Don't push everything. Never feels fuck pitches without touching the wheel.
So
There, problem solved.
I have bounty blockers. Bounty blockers, like, hide your bounty?
Yes,
Question mark? Yeah.
depending on the size. So,
So I have
in
four
a sm-
level 2.
okay, that's fine. But you don't have a bounty, do you?
No, I
No.
don't have them equipped. I don't have them like installed.
Okay, that's fine. Well, okay.
Are they gonna work for Prism at all?
Fucking get
No.
rid of it.
Not
No, too big of a bounty.
yeah. Put it this way: Prism, as he is, unless he significantly changes his appearance, cannot go out.
Okay.
So unless if he goes out in the same armor he was wearing, it's game over. Everybody and his mother is coming for him.
Somebody, if it's that easy, I'll buy new armor. I will also make sure I have a ghost veil and a ghost pass, so there's no more problems like this ever in my future.
Okay,
I believe Valentine procured me a new body, right?
yes, I believe he did, if I remember rightly. I don't know where Valentine is today.
Yeah, he's got stuff coming up. He can't play for a while. Oh, MC, what were you saying? What were you going to say to me?
No, I wasn't going to say anything. I was going to say, right, so this subcompact is going to take a while, or this compact is going to take a while to get here. Like it says, it will have it will have sort of auto drive option, but the auto drive option is just simply plug in a location, it drives there. There's no evasion, nothing. It's just
Somebody's going to have to work on his driving, just in case.
well, yes. I mean, if somebody wants to take him out, but at the moment you don't have a vehicle to take him out in, so.
Yep.
But you will in a couple of hours, you think, because it'll take a couple of hours for them to deliver. Because
Very
you
well.
are in.
Because you guys are all mercenaries, right?
To find mercenaries, he's a
Well, no,
biological
I'm
warfare
saying you guys
guy.
fight. Like you guys are some like aggressive people, right?
I mean, I
am
wouldn't say
not-
aggressive. I say we do stuff.
I am
I-
not
well-
a mercenary.
I'd say
Somebody
we are
hope God doesn't set
pacifists
some
with
rocks off.
a penchant for violence.
Pacifist. Well, if anything, I'm a pacifist. I don't know how to fight.
Yeah, we're
You need-
pacifists
right,
with
okay.
a violence.
Let's just a pacifist knows how to fight. He just chooses not to.
Oh no,
Not
I
really a
don't know how to
pacifist,
fight.
Exactly. So you're not even a pacifist. You're just rubbish.
Just a pretty boy.
Anyway, that's fine.
We could be like Gandhi. He doesn't punch back.
Yeah, he dies in one shot.
All right, so while we have some time, we should,
Yeah, they won't push back, but they'll put a nuke at you instead of 6.
maybe focus on this guy Philip, unless you guys have better ideas. You want to pick up some bounty? You want to pick up some couple of side jobs? What do you feel like? What do you think there, Usamagi? Since you're kind of the one with the biggest bounty.
Sounds like a plan.
I'm gonna check out this Philip guy. Okay, just gonna raise my thumb up at that point.
Right. Okay. Well, someone needs to do something. Someone needs to choose to do something because at the moment you're all sat there with your
Right.
thumbs up your
Hey,
ass.
basically.
go online and look at the bounty boards.
Okay.
Oh, yep,
well,
I will do this.
if I do, like, can somebody go out and get me some fucking armor, please? If that's all I need to, and with maybe.
I
if
thought you'd already bought some new armor.
Well, I thought that's what I was doing. I just didn't want to be like, oh, I thought somebody was gonna go out and get all this stuff. Yes.
I
so-
thought you'd already
okay,
got some, to
so
be honest.
Then I have armor. I'd like the ghost veil and a ghost pass as well to, further hide my identity to be safe. In which case, I'm actually gonna go for a walk because I feel like, how long have I been here?
Sorry, on base, on site?
It's only been a day or two, right? Not even.
It's been a couple of days. That's all.
Okay.
I'm gonna follow Prism out.
Cade, let us know if you find anything.
Yep. How long would looking at the bounty boards take?
5 minutes. I mean, how long does it take you to look at?
Okay.
So basically,
Yeah.
you pull up a bounty board and you look. And so, what are you looking for?
I want to say easiest to hardest, kind of like the ones with the lesser rating first, and then going down.
So So you've hit the Excel filter lowest to highest, basically.
Yeah.
You start
pretty
with the
much.
lowest, which is the easiest, and then you've moved to the highest. Right. So, well, are you start? So you're going to start at the top for the simplest missions. These will mostly consist of like babysitting people who are going out into the desert because they're hunting, or doing a little bit of bodyguard work, or some simple security work. The harder stuff are actually proper bounties. So these are criminals who you need to hunt.
Mhm.
That may be fun.
What would be the closest in the vicinity where the last known location would be?
What for? Well, that would be a bounty, and there is a bounty in that his last seen location was not far from here.
Just making sure it's not.
It's not particularly difficult. The individual he does need to be brought in alive though, not dead. If you bring him in
Okay.
dead, you'll be in deep shit.
I'm gonna send Prism a message through the chat or the text or whatever. Get non-lethal supplies for a capture.
Did we ever fix my electron rifle?
No.
Not yet.
Can I get that fixed since I'm going out?
Guys, wait, never mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think anyone's told Sheridan anything.
Do you have an internal comm? Do you have a comm? We went over this. You have a comm, though. Right?
Yes, I have a vault chip
So-
and an internal comm.
So as long as you have that, let's assume we all have a comm to each other, and I don't know if that was private, Kate, or whatever, but we'll just say we have.
It was
You guys want-
open.
All right, so there you go. You'd hear
Okay.
it. You fucking.
I'll chime in. I might be able to just convince them to turn themselves over. I have an idea.
I would love to see that if you could do that.
That
Can
sounds
someone
like a
get
good
some
idea,
handcuffs?
but I do want Prism to get non-lethals and stuff to capture him with first before we start your plan,
Ye-
and then we have
No,
a
no, no,
backup
no,
plan.
hear
to
me
do it.
out. The
I
plan
do have
is
some
to
Yeah.
just
knowledge.
do in the most unassuming way possible, show them a magic trick or something, and just like convince them to just put on some handcuffs.
Okay.
I relay a message
The
back
idea,
to
the
Kate.
effort, but
James.
the
Using
problem
my-
with that is
James, hold
we don't.
your phone up for me.
I like the idea and effort, but the problem with that is we don't know what he's.
Yeah.
Anything is on him or all that stuff. So it's not.
And-
It's not that I'm like disagreeing with your plan. It's just I want a backup in case you fail.
And
I'll
listen,
ask him.
Sheridan, what
Where
if
is
something?
he?
What if something happens to you because we need you? I guess it might not, but you kind of have this new job you got to show up for. I think if you show up all messed up, might raise some eyebrows.
Yeah.
But
So-
we'll
so
try.
maybe-
we'll try it
you
your
know-
way. Fuck it.
Maybe the backup plan would work. We'll just wait for Prism to get back.
I relay a message through telepathy to Cade. I have Onyx, so we do have
I'm
an
gonna
upper hand in
send
that
Prism
area.
a text. I'm gonna send Prism a text as Glorious is talking to my head. And get Glorious a goddamn pad.
I think I need some a different outfit.
Well,
What
then
do
go
we
do
know about this person?
what person?
Don't you have a
The
suit?
bounty.
It's a fucking bounty. Is there any-
Okay, MC. What did I read for the bounty? I know there's to bring him in alive. That he's close by. What else do I know about the bounty?
Well, he's single. He's male.
Okay.
It gives you a picture of his description, so you can pick him out. Um, this is not. This is not. This, they want him back, but it's not for because this isn't someone who's like, oh, he's in debt, he owes me vast sums of money. This may well be family member, but it's someone looking to trace him and drag him back because at the moment it looks like he's
Probably owes
not
child
right.
support.
I'm gonna be right
Yeah.
back. I just need to go for a pee. I'll be right back.
Very well. Yeah, I probably owes child support. Why don't you say, listen, why don't you guys just meet me out here? Try to track his location down while I go get this electron rifle. It's fucking fixed. I'm gonna look over at fucking Igor. Igor, can you? And I'm gonna make sure the comms are off when I do this. But Igor, can you? Actually, you know what? Never mind. You can do whatever the fuck you want because it's like you have an internal comm. Just
I know.
not everyone likes to. I mean, it's a little. It's you see, there's privacy issues with what you do. You see what I mean? At least with like an internal comm, you can kind of turn it off. Filter things out. Just if somebody tells you not to do it, do me a favor. Just don't do it. Okay?
Okay.
Unless it is, of course, somebody that is not us.
Sorry, what was that there, Usamagi?
He said, unless, of course, it is somebody that is not us.
Yeah. Wait, what? Yes. Just do that. Usamagi, what do you think about this? You guys want to track this guy down while I get this fucking electron rifle down? You got non-lethal on you, don't you? Can't you turn your swords into stun or some shit now?
I don't know. Perhaps I've been working on it. So I guess between now and then, I've been working on trying to create a stun sword instead of a fusion blade.
Both. Wasn't, or you were trying to do both at one point, and I was like, that's not going to work, right? Or who was? Somebody was trying to do both. I don't know. Yeah. As long as MC is good with that, I'd say, sure, that'll be interesting. You're going to have to hit him with the fucking flat side of the sword or something. I don't know. You're a ninja. You'll figure it out. I'd just like to go get that done. Yeah, sure.
There is such a thing as a double-edged sword.
I'm just gonna look at Uber for a minute. Okay. Sheridan, what do you need for this? You need some armor. Do you want to go talk to this guy and see if you can work whatever
No.
kind of voodoo you're trying to do, or you're just gonna approach him? Maybe he likes guys. I mean,
So if
you are
this
pretty
is
good
just
looking.
a regular unassuming guy, then I need like a regular unassuming guy look.
I'd say you have
I-
that now, don't you?
I just have. I mean, I'm in armor.
Oh, well,
That a bit suspicious.
maybe. I mean, everyone in the world's wearing armor. I mean, well,
And
not
the
this-
other clothes I have is like that suit.
Are you I'm going to transfer 20,000 credits to you just now, so you shut the fuck up. Buy what you need. That's all I can give you. Right now. I'm a little short, but I'll hit you back. Or I'll get you some more, don't worry. But make do with that right now. Buy something.
Out
that
of
will make
character?
you- Yeah.
I really want to do the armorer perk so I could edit all our armors.
Fuck yeah.
I'm gonna try to
do
send
all-
in a ping to see if there's anyone following Iron Fearsome.
I think MC's using the water closet, but why don't you roll and then tell him what it is when you get back? As I see the little 4-door go back by us. Beep, beep.
At least it wasn't a one.
It wasn't a 1. It would have been bad. Thank God. Cade.
And more than well.
Cade, you want to head out and with Sheridan? How do you feel about that? You head out, get him his shit, and then try to find this guy. Lesu Samagi.
Yeah, I'll babysit.
Ushamagi's got another idea. Didn't think so.
I do have a
It would
question.
definitely not be babysitting.
What do you? I just.
For stun knuckles, is it one stun knuckle or
Not a
two
baby,
stun
guys.
knuckle?
Ouch. Wait, is it what?
Is it one stun knuckle or two stun knuckles?
No, it's one.
Okay.
Clothing and whatnot. Fucking not made any money. I'm gonna look. What's Igor doing right now?
Igor is following you, doing a radar ping every 500 meters.
Okay. That's gonna go well for you when MC gets back. Anyways, I'm gonna look over at the closest noodle cart and be like, "You hungry, Igor?"
Kinda.
All right. Well, I'm gonna stop with you while you're pinging and get some noodles while everyone else goes out. Hopefully, I have a location I can go to. After the noodles, I'll go to the location. I'll get my stuff done. Hopefully, you guys can track this guy down. We can make a quick 100,000 or whatever it is. Do a couple of them. I don't know. Whatever. I'd still like to know about
Yeah.
this Philip guy.
Oh, by the way,
Yeah.
did Sheridan ever get his work schedule?
Run that by me again there,
Don't tell
please.
me.
Yeah. Oh,
Did Sheridan ever get his work schedule?
no, they'll like you said, they'll tell him. I believe he's gonna sometime this week. Could be a couple days. Could be a week. Who knows? I'm sure he impressed. I'm want to kind of see what else he can do with his
Yeah.
beguiling wits or something like that. Well, what do you think we should do with that vehicle that you've been working on there, Cade? I don't know if I would like a vehicle with a turret.
So
Now that you covered
we
that
can
up,
we can add a turret to it, just not now because we need to first scrub it to make sure it's not, linked back to the bounty, and
bounty, I chuckle.
then we have to buy the turret and go to a shop so I can install it.
Well, we're gonna have to use our discretion. Maybe you guys. I don't know if anyone's got black market
I
connections.
say we keep the turret all covered
I have an
and use it
idea.
as a full APC carrying vehicle.
No one's gonna ask questions. 'Cause it's not really, it's just, is it yours? Yes. Okay, cool. They're gonna check, and then they're gonna pretty much go on their way.
Listen,
They're not
and
gonna ask too many questions.
you forget where we're at too. There's enough people out here who don't care. As long as you throw them credits, I'm pretty sure they'll, yeah, they'll turn the other way. Anyway, Sheridan, as long as they don't know about, some of us and our. Never mind, Sheridan. What were you gonna say there?
Well, you're wanting to put like a turret or something on this, and I'm like, that's kind of big and scary. But I was like,
Right.
what if you
Back
put a
again.
megaphone
No.
No.
and we just talk people into surrendering?
I'm just gonna mute Sheridan.
That would not.
Muting him.
Yeah, good luck with that.
They
So
will not
He's
hear
got
it
to talk
over
people into
600
surrendering.
times.
That's funny.
Oh, what the fuck? All right. Here's what's going on. I stopped with Igor to get some noodles before trying to find a place to fix the electron rifle. In which case, I think Cade and Sheridan are going out to get some clothing and then to track this guy down. And I'm not sure what Usamagi's plan is. What are you doing?
I'm hunting people down with you.
Okay. Are you with us then?
Seriously.
I'm gonna offer you some noodles then too if you're with us.
I also took a pain to see who's around me within the radius I have. mainly to see if we're being followed.
His first
Okay,
roll
so
was a 15.
so Igor, so who are you with? Are you with Prism, or are you using Margie, or are
I'm
you with the rest?
Prism.
Okay,
I'm
Usamagi's
with
with us.
Prism.
So it's Usamagi, myself, and Igor.
Yeah.
Igor and myself.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Okay. So, and you're basically going to try and use this as some kind of sort of sensor system which tells you who's around you, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's fine. So,
Not exactly going into the host, just exactly pinging everyone to know exactly where if we're being followed.
Okay, so you rolled a 15. That's fine. Okay. So you lot are off doing that, and that leaves the other two to go out and do some shopping. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So, and so so when you're shopping for some clothes, I presume. So people have something to go to work in. What else are you shopping for?
Non-lethal weaponry, right?
Well, President got that handled.
I hope I got that.
I'm gonna shop for a nice, fashionable coat.
Great coat.
Okay, we'll do the other Igor, Prism, and Uzumaki first. So,
Yeah, that's
Prism, you are looking to repair your gun first.
Oh well, after the noodles, we stopped at the noodle cart, got some noodles.
Okay.
I'm gonna hand some to Usamagi, thinking he's gonna eat it too, and just I'm gonna have a big smile on my face when I hand him a bowl of noodles.
It's gonna fuck you up when I eat it and digest it just fine.
And I'm just gonna, after that, I'm gonna just shake it off. I'm gonna, look over at Igor once in a while, suspecting he's doing whatever he does, and then try to find a fucking place to fix this goddamn electron rifle. Like a weaponry that specializes in.
Okay, so
Yeah.
there are weapon shops about. You can definitely find a place to repair. It will have to be a place on the download, though.
Mm-hmm.
So, due to the nature of yourselves,
If since I'm new to Baseland, I mean, you know what I'll do? I'll send a message to InfoSite and be like, a place I can get this fixed in the DL, just to see if that works. If not, Igor's from here, right? Are you from Baseland there, buddy?
Yeah.
You are. So maybe he knows a place. I don't know. Do you have like connections or anything?
Igor will have an idea, have an inkling of somewhere to go.
Okay.
So, I mean, it won't take you very long to get there because you're at the wrong end of town anyway, so that's fine. And so,
No.
so you enter what is fundamentally a sort of, it is a weapon shop, but it's also bric-a-brac and stuff. There's nothing particularly good here. But Igor does know that the gentleman behind the counter does do repairs.
Okay.
The gentleman's name is Matthew.
I walked up to Matthew and be like, "Hey, Matthew, long time no see."
Yeah, it's been a while. So what are you in here for?
I'm gonna put the electron rifle on
Matthew
the
in
counter.
here for a friend of mine. I wave over to Prism and try to get him to bring his electron rifle up.
You see, initially he takes a look at the rifle, and then he sort of looks away, and then sort of double takes, goes back, and when someone takes off the glasses, holds it out at long distance, and goes.
Yeah.
He looks at that and says. He looks at Prism, looks at here, sort of does sort of that.
Had a little bit of a malfunction.
Yes, you could definitely say you did have that.
Can you get this fixed for me?
Yes, but it's not an immediate fix.
How long? How long? We're kind of under certain time constraints.
Well, that all depends on you. You know, I can most probably have it done.
How
ooh,
much? I'm just gonna come right out. How much?
Well, with the parts. Oh yeah, and you've done. Yeah, you've taken this bit off and replaced that with this bit, and
I'm just gonna
jeez,
like
man,
lean over the
seriously.
counter at him. How much?
Well, just it takes a little while for me to work these things out. Hang on.
Should I tell you
Right, so
how this happened? Would that maybe speed the process up?
if you want, it might help. So how did you break this thing? Did he get
Let-
shot or something?
let's just say the other guy had it a lot worse than what happened to this. How much?
Okay. Okay. So, well, it's gonna with the parts required and the length of time, because I'll have to shut the shop really for this kind of work.
I'm just gonna put my
That-
hand on my head. Take a deep sigh.
You're looking at about 20K.
I'll tell you what. If you can get it done fucking quick, here's 40.
Tell you what, wait here. Except you, he points at you got flick the sign around so it says closed. And you see him disappear out the back.
I'm just gonna sigh.
And you can hear.
Hey, wait, sorry, I don't want to interrupt you. MC.
No, that's fine. Assuming Igor turns the sign around.
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. He says, "Oh yeah, but flick the catch as well. I don't. Some people do tend to try and push their luck.
That's the lock.
Yes, that's the lock. Yes, just
But
push
you're
the little
Canadian.
button
You'd know
down.
that.
Click.
Is Usumaki outside? Did he come in?
No, Uzumaki would have walked in with you. He was just standing there.
Okay.
Okay, so
I'm gonna put a couple of recon drones on watch. You know how they do. Just saying. That's all.
Okay, that's fine. So, while he's out fixing, what's everyone doing?
I'm gonna send out a radar ping.
Okay, you can send out a radar ping. There are people about, but they don't seem to be doing anything suspicious. Actually, make another roll for me, will you? Okay,
I
yeah.
almost got the one.
4, 3, 2. It's getting. It's running. It's counting down, people. It's counting down. So, yeah, you don't think anybody in particular. What's the other two doing? As I said, that it's almost like a pawn shop as well. So it's got bric-a-brac. People have obviously come in to pawn stuff off and the like. So you know he's got some strange stuff, but
I don't see a magnetic particle rifle anywhere, do I?
make a roll. Just make a perception roll.
Come on, 12. I need a 12.
You said perception.
It's not 12.
No, you do not find a particle projection rifle.
Damn, that's fine.
Yusamagi, what are you looking for? Are you just taking a look around for some
I'm looking
bric-a-brac, or?
I'm looking to see if they have the available items needed to make an ideal stun sword,
So
or maybe
you want,
batons or something.
you want sort of like a stun baton, but instead of a baton, instead of a club, you want it in the form of a sword.
Yeah, like two matching ones.
Don't want much, do you? Fucking hell. Make a roll. Make a
Really?
perception roll.
They would have to be very dull.
Well, obviously, it could just be a stun, like a stun blade.
Done
But anyway,
200 club.
Yusamagi, make a roll. It's going to have to be a good roll too, because that's quite a specific item. And even for the parts, you're looking at. You don't see the swords. You see a couple of stun batons, which with a bit of work could be like the handle and the generator, and you could then create something else. A couple of stun buttons, something like that.
That would be specifically fine for right now. I can deal with that. As I'll get the. Is it something that I'm going to need to build myself, or is it like
Well,
already?
The stun buttons already work. They are a pair of stun
Okay.
buttons.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to grab those.
Okay, that's fine. Igor, other than your failing to your Professor X, what are you doing?
I'm gonna look around to see if they have any other weapons that might be restricted level that I can point out to Prism.
Okay, make a perception roll.
I believe my perception is the lowest. Nope, it's not. It's my luck. That's the lowest.
Surprise there.
Okay, yeah, you can't find anything of any worth, weapons-wise. Okay, so you spend 20 minutes, half an hour just looking around. Don't see anything in particular. Apart from Uzumaki, who finds his, two suitably long stun buttons. And the gentleman comes out. And he wipes it down and says, there you go. Good as new. If you come through with me, I will show you of a place where you can test it.
Sounds good.
The other two, if you could just wait here. Thank you. And he
No.
wanders off out the back to a shooting range. And he says, right, just wait there. I've got to adjust the signs so we can test for the old electrons. So he replaces the signs with a bag of liquid, actually. Rather bizarre. He goes, right, that'll glow if you hit it with electrons. So shoot away. Make a roll. Just make a simple shooting roll. It's not complicated. The bag's not fighting back or moving. Yes, you hit the bag smack bang on, and it begins sort of to glow, where the electrons have been where the atoms have been excited by the electrons, and it glows a nice blue color. He goes, well, there you go.
Nice.
There you go.
Oh, thank you. I'm gonna
Nice
sling it on my back.
fixed.
Shink. That was quick. Thank you. Might probably need your services at some point again. I have a hunch.
Well, if you're going to pay like that, then feel free to come quite literally any time. Middle of the night, don't care. If you're going to pay that kind of money, I will take that.
I'm gonna make sure I swipe the credits to him and stuff as I walk out.
That's
We're
fine.
good. Let's go.
Use them. So he walks out. Uzumaki, what are you doing with the buttons?
I am going to obviously pay for them.
He goes, no, don't worry. Then just take them and go. It's fine.
What about the sniper rifle? Long range, high zoom.
Right. Projectile or otherwise?
Projectile or otherwise?
Well,
wait.
Laser
hold on.
fusion.
Laser, yeah, fusion. What do you want?
I'm actually. I'm
you know
gonna look
what?
at him and be like, "Can you get stuff too? By the way, any chance you can like get items if needed?"
Well, it depends on the item, and it depends on how quickly you want it.
What about electronic disrupting ammunition?
Right. Possibly. He goes. So he goes. Wait here. So he pops out the back, comes out with. Right, here we go. Right, here we go. Right, now. I can get you pretty much. I can get you most things, because I have connections to most items. But because sometimes it's a bit of a stretch, it may cost you some extra. So, so well, are you, like I said, are you looking? So you want ammunition of a nature that just that knocks out. Where are we?
That
Stun.
does damage, but also disrupts mechanical mechanical function or mechanical functions.
Oh, like shock rounds.
Mechanical and mechanical and electric functions.
So it'll be mag shot, really. Wouldn't that be a mag shot?
No, the mag are like the magnetic particle rifles. That's just straight damage.
Oh right, okay.
I'm
I thought that
sensing
might
this
be
is like
magnetic.
a mix of two things. Is that what I'm sensing here? It'd be like
Yeah. So there's no. Is there this Apex ammo capture? There's no.
kind of. I think it's kind of one of those things. You either get like stun or you get like damage. You know.
Well, it's not just that. None of the ammo, standard ammunition, is sort of electron based, or based to give a electromagnetic pulse. So there's no EM ammunition for solid slug. So there's no EM, I'm afraid.
I mean, you got an electron gun, but would that hurt somebody as well as disable?
No, it will just stun them, won't it? Because
Yeah.
it's the same. Or
That's
not,
what
will
the-
knock them out, which is what you've
Yeah, the
what
rifle
you've said.
does.
So wouldn't the type of impact injure a person?
There are ion. Is there an ion weapon?
I don't know if I switched. Yeah.
Isn't there the
There's an
ion cannon?
There's
Well,
an ion rifle.
Yeah, I'm
Ooh.
switching. I'm switching ion to just be electron, so it might have to change at some point because there's way too many weapons in this fucking game. But yes, there is an ion rifle.
I kind of object,
What, switching both of them?
and I got reasonings
Oh, I know
because
you
in
do. In.
I can explain some other
Yeah,
time.
okay. Okay,
I'll put it in feedback.
Save it. Put it in feedback. Save it. I know you do. That's fine. I was just trying to
Okay,
streamline the two. But anyways, go. Yes. Sorry.
So I'm going to say there is an ion rifle if you want specifically iron mines. Ion rifle. Where are you? Here we go. Plasma powered recharger, but it's just 8D12. Why is it 8D12? Why is it not the same as the other iron weapons?
Because I don't know. Well, that's why I was changing it to.
Well,
Yeah.
it's 8D12 times 10, and this one is just 8D12. So we will say it's
Just
it says here 2-round recharge, 7 to 12 system shutdown, but it won't. So it will affect smaller robots, powered armor, guns, whatever you hit. But if it's anything larger than sort of powered armor, it won't work because it's just not powerful enough to knock things out. But yes, I can get that for you.
Perfect. That is exactly what I need.
So, but that is restricted. So that's, well, either I can get it quickly and it'll cost you 125k, or I can take my time and get it for you, and it'll only cost you 100.
Hmm. I'm gonna lean over to Prism and say, "What do you think?"
Well, I think while we're here, we should hold on 1 second. Let me find out where this is. I mean, were you planning on using it right now? Ask like, how long is this life? Here's the thing: we really need somebody with a nanite foundry to make the shit instantly. You know what I mean? That's really what we need. But here's
A
what I think
nanite
too.
what?
A nanite foundry, so he can just. Anyways, whatever. That's besides the point. Maybe he has one. Maybe he doesn't. See how long it will take him. But here's what I also think. See, I think you should go for like a. I know that there's higher quality weapons out there. I'd probably spend the extra even more to get maybe a high quality. Trust me.
What do you want to put money
Without
up for me?
what?
What?
It without meta, but basically it costs an extra 50% more. But I try to see if you can get a high quality one, if you can, and ask him how long it's going to take.
All right. I'll ask him, and then I'll turn back to Prism and I say, do you think you could loan me the credits temporarily? I clearly have no problem obtaining them.
You don't have a problem fucking You don't have a problem fucking getting bounties, but yeah, I got you, big guy.
Thank you.
How long
So-
would it
Like-
take for you to get that rifle?
Well, so for a standard iron rifle, I can have it tomorrow for the 125, or I can have it within a week for the 100. Now, if you're looking for something slightly better quality, then again, if you want it, I can't get it to you quickly. That kind of quality doesn't appear just like that. So, again, it will take a week, but it will be that 150k.
Were you planning on using this today, Usamagi?
What did you say, Prism?
But were you planning on using that today? I don't think you were, right? So it doesn't matter how long it takes.
No. Not unless you need me to use it today.
I got this all working. I'm gonna like pat the electron rifle on my back. We should be good. I got some stun grenades too, just in case those guys
good.
can't do their voodoo. It's up to you. If that's something you really want, I'll loan you the credits and you can decide.
Thank you.
I don't. I'll take 20% up front because I got expenses to cover, but just the 20% initially. So if you give me 30k,
I give him 30.
I'll get you the rifle. But it's gonna be. Like I said, this kind of workmanship isn't quick. So 150k and 30k up front leaves 120 as the balance.
Iron rifle.
High quality iron rifle.
30k deposit for Usamaki's high quality.
High
What's it called? An ion rifle?
Ion rifle. Yeah.
And what's the damage on it?
Damage is 8d12,
When you get it.
and it's got a plasma powered recharger,
That's a power retarder.
a 2-round recharge, and then a 7 to 12 system shutdown, which I presume means you roll 2d.
So that's remnants of the old. Well, so basically, if you roll any of those numbers, the system's just fucking shut down automatically. That's what that usually was
Right. Okay.
at one point in time. We might keep it, might not. I don't know. Things change. I'm gonna ask him. Just since we're on the, I don't really want to shop during in game, but this is all fun. I love this. I love that we met Michael. Coincidentally enough, Michael. Any
His name is
word?
Matthew, by the way.
Okay, well, Matthew. Sorry, I don't know why I said Michael. I was thinking of my ex-wife's brother. But anyways, can Matt? All right. Any word on? Remember, I put in for that MPR, magnetic particle rifle. Is there any word on that?
Your magnetic particle rifle.
Yeah.
Um.
On that list. Is that something that somebody can get me? And if
Well,
not,
it's something he could look into. Hang on, the magnetic particle rifle. Where the fuck is that?
That's a tier 2, which I do have tier 2 connections now.
Magnetic particle rifle. Well, if you, yeah. Well, if you want to use your contacts,
Mm-hmm.
you can get it at base cost, so 180k. But again, it's a case because of your situation. You're going to want him. You're going to want to do it via a third party.
Yep.
So again, you're looking at a week to get it. And again,
sorry, go ahead.
so again, it will be a 20% deposit. So it's 100 and where are we?
I am
Magnetic power rifle.
once again over a higher quality.
And that's 50% on top, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
So that's 270.
Yeah.
So that's 54k in advance. And the remaining 220.
I don't want to share this on him. Nope, this is going to be in game. All right. How much do you want me to give him? If he can get it.
Well, if you give him the contact, you give him your contact. Like I said, he'll get it. He'll get it to you at the standard price.
Okay.
Because it's your contact he's using, but he's just acting as a go-between.
Obviously, I'll give him more, so that's fine.
Well, 54. If you give, because the price will be 270,000. So 20% of that is 54,000.
I'll give him 60.
So if you give him your 20%, if you want to give 60%, that's fine. If you want to give 60, that's fine.
With I probably need 10 mags.
10 magazines.
Yeah. Because that's gonna be hard to get. Once I get it, that's another fucking
10 mags.
100,000. Jesus.
Hang on, let me just bring that up. Ammo mags.
Say 10,000 each. Maybe.
Yeah. So if you want 10, that'll be another 100k.
Okay.
But you wouldn't need to give a deposit on that because it's mag weapon. Mag ammunition is standard ammunition, so.
Okay.
But it'll be so it'll bring the total to 370,000.
All right.
Paid 60, so that'll leave the balance of 310 left.
Okay. Matthew, it was nice to meet you.
Now, is this with the ammo, or is this just the magazine cost?
The magazines are assumed to hold the ammo.
Yeah. So remember, the game's... I'm not going to have everyone pack, even though I want you all to pack your own mags. Nobody's going to do that. So, the magazines come preloaded. It's 2096, kids. Let's just look at that. Anyways, I'm going to thank him. You guys need anything else? Igor, did you find anything you need?
Nope.
Nico, do you have armor?
Yes, I do. I have level 4.
I gave him
Good.
for that.
And do you have a useful weapon? Both melee and shooting.
I have, for my weapons, a 9mm, flash grenades, stun knuckles, and knuckles.
Okay. So I'm going to make the suggestion so that you pick up a further ranged weapon, because your psychic powers aren't always going to be great. So I'm going to make the suggestion that you pick up a rifle now.
Do you have lever action?
Now, as soon as he
45?
says lever action, I'm gonna look at him and be like, I'm actually gonna smack him on the side of the head too. I'm gonna be like, what the fuck, lever? This is 2096, bitch. I'm gonna look. Do you have like a rifle or a C31 AR? Wait, what's your strength, Igor? I'm gonna look at you. I'm like, how strong
I
are you?
look small. I look smaller than Florgan because I'm half his size. So,
Right. So maybe
my
C31
strength is a
isn't.
4.
So maybe your C31 isn't. Is this a case of what I was thinking for him was like a tier 1 restricted? Does this guy? I mean, it's not a weapon shop, you said, right? But he can get stuff. That's what.
Well,
I'm guessing.
he has access to other stuff.
Okay.
So he can. I mean, so he the level 1 restricts your stuff. If you some of it, particularly particularly ballistic weapons, he may have access to.
Here's what I'm gonna suggest. Looking over at Igor, I'm gonna be like, actually, a C-31's not good. This has a force of 7. What's your strength though? Out of
4.
fuck, dude. I can't even give you a regular rifle. That force might have to be adjusted. The fuck am I gonna do with a 4?
Can he wield the old AK?
That's. I mean, no. You need a 5 for that. To do it without.
I
But,
do
well,
have
wait.
an
Here's.
answer for me because I am level 2.
Okay, so you could put a point in that. But here, no, wait. I just found an issue because AK-97 needs a force of 5 to use, where a LMG needs a force of 4. But then again,
No.
it could just be more effective because it is 2096. Anyways, we're going on this. Let's just fucking. What does a rifle need? I really want some 7 though. Fuck.
How about shotgun?
I mean,
Shotgun force of 4.
yeah. I mean, you got a. I'd say like an assault shotgun. You got an assault shotgun? No, that needs a 6. Fuck.
6.
I mean,
M16. He can have an M16.
doesn't
That
somebody?
works.
I'm gonna be like, hey, do you got that M16 still? Cade?
Cade, don't worry, we're coming to you in a moment.
Sorry, I
Cade.
muted myself. I didn't bother you guys.
Fucker. No, that's fine. Thank you. I appreciate you. Do you still have that M16 that's pretty useless to you?
Let me check my bag.
Because I got somebody here who could use that if you.
No, I'm pretty sure I gave that away to my battle doll. I don't know where she is though.
Well, what the fuck? Where is that bitch? Get her over here, will you? By the way, I have that love doll. We're not gonna talk about that. Oh wait, never mind.
No, you don't have a love doll at the
has
moment.
The love doll. Yeah, info site. Sorry.
I mean, I could send her the coordinates to our base, but I don't know when she'll get here.
Well, if she's got that, I would say that. I don't even care. Fucking. What do you want? I'm gonna look over at Igor.
So, Igor, you can. You could most probably have all the medium munitions you want, pretty much, with the exception of the assault shotty.
All right.
You can also have M4 or the
say-
M16.
How about this? I think this is a great weapon for you. How about a G36? Because that's one of my fucking favorites to fire. Have you fired this before there, Igor? Do you have medium munitions? We don't know because it would be meta. But I'm going to be like, do you got a G36 back there with like, I don't know, 5 mags? Because as much fun as it is to hang out here, let's go do stuff.
What about FN 2000?
You got an FN 2000? Sure, if that's what you want.
And caliber. The difference is it's pop up.
There you go. Sure. I love it. Great. Do you have one of those?
Yeah. I mean,
Perfect.
it's fairly common stuff. I mean,
Yeah, it is.
so he walks out the back, pulls it out, 5 mags full of ammo. You've got the FN 2000, yeah?
You. And 5 mags?
Okay. So, yeah, that's fine. You can have that. You got selective fire. That's fine. He goes, right.
Perfect.
You seen one of these before? He says to you, you said, well, I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen you with a rifle before. Have you used one of these before?
He hasn't done anything.
Igor?
Not yet. This will be the
Okay.
first time for this character.
Okay, so come here. Look, I'm not sorry, guys. I can't let him out without pointing him out the right end. So come
I
with me,
appreciate
and
that.
I'll.
Thank you, Matthew.
He leads you out the back, and he says, "Right, this is range. Point the gun down the range." So he hands you the gun, shows you how to like hold it. Says, "Okay, so pull the trigger, click." No, nothing in the stock. So he goes, "Okay, dead simple. Take your magazine this way, slip it in, wait for the click. Click means it's in. Right, okay, so he then takes it, points at it, bang, fires. There. You also got shot selector. I think it's single,
burst,
and full
full
auto. full auto. So it gives you a demonstration. He then says, right. He replaces the ammo, replaces the clip, and says, right, you go for it. Make a roll. Make a roll. It's going to be at -4 because you're not trained, but make a roll. This is a fairly sterile environment. Yeah, okay, that's fine. You missed the target, but you definitely you understand how it's working. So he goes, right, there's the 5 mags. For you boys, because you're ordering quite a lot off me. Let me have a look, because you're ordering quite a lot off me. How much is that? 20k. I tell you what, because you're look, fuck it. Just take the
Oh,
take
Jamie or
it.
Aldo?
Take the FN 2000. Take the ammo. There's 5 full clips. In fact, I tell you what, I'll give you 6. One full clip in the weapon, and 5 additionals. I'll cut my own throat for you fuckers, but I'll do it for you because I know Igor and you guys are obviously willing to spend a bit of cash. So, right, there you go. Right, gents. He's got the back. He's got the gun. He even gives it to you with a sling, so you can sling the weapon as well if you want.
I was doing it.
And says, right, on your way out, boys, could you just turn the sign around and unlock the door? Thanks very much for your time.
I unlock the door and flip the sign over to open.
See you fellas around.
Thanks a lot, Matthew. We'll see you soon.
See you soon.
And yeah,
Thank you, Matthew.
I'm also, yeah.
Right. So you come out freshly shorn of cash, carrying extra guns. It's all good. It's all fine. What do you fuckers want to do now? Now, the bounty is in the area. Well, he was last seen in the area. There it is a bar. Somewhat seedy affair, but still a bar. And, well, put it this way, it's the kind of place that has peanuts on the counter, but you don't eat them.
Nice. At this, as we step out, I'm gonna look over at Usamagi and you want to see if they had any luck with this since we were in there for I don't know an hour or two. How long were we in there?
Oh no, not that long. Not that long. It's 20,
Yeah.
20, 25 minutes.
The weight
Not
of
that
well,
long.
half a million credits almost. Perfect.
You spent a bit of cash. Okay, so we're going to leave you there, stepping out of the shop. We're going to now move to the other two who are doing their shopping. Now, gentlemen, when you're shopping, how are you shopping? Where are you going to shop? Are you looking for designer outlets? Are you looking for? Are you going for Primani, or are you going for the old Savile Row?
I'm gonna look for armored clothes.
Again, Primani, brand, Savile Row. You need to make that distinction. Basically there's
What's the
it'll do, nice, fucking expensive.
nice?
Nice. Okay, so let's have a look. So when you say armored clothing, what kind of clothing? Jeans and t-shirt with a hoodie, or a proper suit, or how do you want this to go? Are you looking for John Wick style?
I was gonna go with pants, boots, and pants, boots, shirt, poncho, and a hat. All
So,
armored.
oh good lord, he's trying to be either trying to be John Wayne or the Pale Rider.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Yes, I am. Someone has
Okay.
to.
No one's obliged to. That's not an obligation. Right, here we go. I need to find some armor. Armor. Here we go. So now this is going to be common armor.
Yeah, no, it's light, medium, and heavy.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
yeah. Now, plastic. I'm gonna say you can have level 2. So you can have the plastic polymorphic alloy as coating, as your clothing is made of it, because it's still fairly soft, and you can, if you're going to do, like I said, if you're going to do sort of John Wick style sort of suit, not John Wick style, but you understand, it's got armored. So for a full suit of level 2, and remember this is indistinguishable from standard clothing, you are looking at 30 grand.
Okay, for that whole get up or whatever.
Yes, because that would fundamentally cover your entire body.
Every part, yeah. So every part would have 30 armor instead of the base 25 that level 3 armor gives you.
No, it's level 2 armor. It's the plastic
No, I'm
polymorph
talking
armor.
about level 3 armor. The full suit regularly gives you 24 per,
No,
or 25.
25 per. But this, because it's only clothing, will only give you 20 because it's only level 2. You can't,
Mhm.
because level 3 is like compressed plastic metal alloy. So you're looking
Where
at.
would I go for that?
You would
Would
that
I
would
be
need to, that would be a specialist. If you want to go for the heavier armors in clothing form, the best you could get restricted stuff, but yeah, you really, because it's too big. It's too, Kevlar mesh level 1, or it's tier 1 restricted anyway. But that's level 5. If I'll allow Kevlar mesh, because it is Kevlar, which is fundamentally clothing, because it's material. Kevlar is material, so I'll allow that. But that will be tier 1 restricted, so you will need access to a corporate contact to get, or criminal contact to get at that. And like I said, that will have to be custom made, and that will be fucking expensive. Here we go, level 5. So that you're looking at 100 grand for the suit, for the whole ensemble. If you want Kevlar mesh reinforced titanium, it'll be 100 grand, and you must use a corporate or underworld contact, which gives you access to tier 1 restricted.
Are we? Hold
Okay.
On, are you guys buying armor or lining a fucking suit?
Well,
Wait.
Yeah, we're getting armor lining, which is I think different.
Well, I've basically stated that if they want armored clothing, you can either, for the common armors, you can either get light metal, because it's just foil, fundamentally just toughened foil, or plastic polymorphic.
Okay.
So they can be heavy. But if you want the restricted armors, Kevlar mesh is as heavy as you can go for clothing.
Okay.
It's sort of in the same vein. Sort of the Kevlar mesh reinforced titanium is in the same vein as what you see in John Wick,
MC,
where he says, "I would like tactical."
Yeah, right. MC, do you have? I think I upgraded it. So if you go to 55, you'll see under the equipment.
I'm looking at 102, the armor.
Okay, go. Well, they want to armor their clothing, right? Like their suits and shit.
Is that?
There's a whole different. So there is under equipment, under the clothing, there's armored, lined, light, medium, or heavy. Just throw that out there for you. Since it kind of streamlines the system, so you don't have to look at the armor. Because armor, those armored systems are external. So if you want to line your clothing with this shit, you can do that, and it adds the cost to whatever you're doing. Just if you have that. That's
Which page number is it? Sorry,
it should be 55 on the, if it's updated.
It's 54.
Is it 54?
It's just equipment clothing.
Equipment. Okay. So there's an extra page on mine, but So if you go to 54,
armored. Right, so it's extra 8 grand.
so there you go. 4 armored, but then
So-
you can do
Lined,
yeah,
light, heavy, medium.
yeah. So there you go.
So it's but that's only up to equivalent of level 3.
Yeah.
So
Because anything else, you figure it's probably going to be too much, too heavy. I mean, you can do it however you want, but that's just how I.
okay, no, that's fair
Figured.
enough. No, that's fine. So okay, so you can have level 3 armor 40 points, increases clothing weight by 3.
But you cannot use
So
armor
the one
with
thing
it.
I will say is once with the heavy stuff, it's you're not going to be able to
No.
wear anything else with
So
it.
If you want, like,
Yeah, it says it in the thing. Like you
Yeah,
can't wear anything else with
yeah,
it.
so you
Can't
can
use
do
armor.
like, you can, yeah. So that makes sense if you're going into like a situation like.
It's
Yeah.
just a
Kinda-
better version of the level 3 armor that I already have.
Yeah.
And I
Kind
was
of got
just
something. Want to
Yeah.
say?
Yeah.
So these are for clothing that is lined. We're talking about a suit that has, for example, like titanium threads woven into it. It's like
Yes.
tougher clothing. Okay, but shouldn't we also have the option of like a bulletproof vest, for example, that you'd wear under the clothes?
You can do
I feel
do
like
that.
that would
but
be
that's-
rigid, and I could see that being as like tier 5 or tier 6, though it would be restricted.
You mean upon resistance?
Yeah, if you want to wear armor, yes, you can do that. That will be, but that won't be part of the clothing. That will be specifically bought armor, and you can buy individual locations. So you can buy a chest plate or whatever you would like to do.
Mhm.
But if you're looking for just clothing which is indistinguishable from, I mean, I say it's indistinguishable from a casual observer. It will be indistinguishable, but for a professional, he will know that clothing is armored.
I'm not gonna say I have it, but I might have a Carhartt sweatshirt that is bulletproof, and it fucking looks the same as the regular one. So why I have it doesn't matter, but I have it, and it's great. But anyways, yes.
Well, even with modern technology, we're able to make like graphene hoodies and stuff that theoretically you only need like 4 atoms thick to stop a bullet.
That's basically.
Yeah, that depends on the range of the shot, because even a lot of this bulletproof armor at point blank isn't very bulletproof.
Well, no, the reason it's not bulletproof is because to lessen the damage that a bullet does, you have to slow it over time. You have to absorb the energy. A thin layer of graphene can't absorb the energy. It can just stop it from penetrating.
Yes. Who's buying what?
Right.
So I was trying to buy a cowboy getup with a poncho and all that shit, like what I sent you.
Yeah.
And now Derek's getting the nitty gritty instead of posting shit on the forum.
So, but is this so? Is it 12,000 per item?
Yes.
Fucking
Mhm.
hell, shit, that's expensive.
Yeah. So the easy thing to do is just get like a trench coat or great coat, and then just
Yep.
armor that, because that would cover most of the
It's okay,
body.
Derek. Just let me do
Yeah.
it. Just let me.
Yours-
It's
your-
okay.
You're
So-
you're yes.
so if you want the poncho, so you would need it poncho. Basically, if you wanted it armored, the poncho, the trousers, and the hat would need to be armored, because they
Yeah.
would cover everything. That would cover everything. So
That's the plan.
so you got, and you want jeans, or do you want combat pants?
Combat pants.
Okay, so 13,000 for those coats. Romper, nice. No,
No,
we'll call it. No, because you don't have anything for
What?
just a jacket. You have desert cloaks.
No, I got jackets.
shirts,
Hold on.
socks, skirts.
I got coats. They're
X-suit.
under coats. There you go.
No, they're
There you
not,
go.
because all
Yeah.
you've got is great coat or trench coat.
I mean, hold on. Did I not have? I thought I had like a jacket at one point. I might have got rid of it for some reason.
Okay. Well,
see.
we'll say it's we'll say
Huh.
torso, arms, and legs. So we'll say it's $5,000. So that's another 17 grand for that. For the poncho,
I'll add
and
the
then for
jacket.
the hat. Now, where's your hats? You haven't got a hat. Seriously?
I actually do have a cowboy hat. It's just
No.
I
I was
don't put it
I was
on.
thinking of the price list. Thinking of
Oh yeah,
price
no, I'm
list.
looking too.
Bandana,
Boxers.
yeah, I got
vests.
baseball or cowboy under equipment clothing.
Cowboy. Here we go. 1,400. So again, that's another 13,400 for that cowboy hat. And I'll let you choose the style. The style. It's entirely up to you.
Mhm.
And that will armor your body head to toe. So,
Okay.
but I will let you do that. So that's that. Now, so what we're going to do is we're going to go into. Are you both looking for the same type of equipment? So are you both looking for armored clothing?
Yeah.
Or okay, so
Am
there
I
will
paying
be.
for him?
I don't know. Are you paying for
Wait,
him?
I got a better question. Are we talking to a person, or is this
You will-
automated?
Well, it's up to you. You can automate it.
I wanna talk to a person
Okay.
because then I can use my trade skill and then potentially also even barter.
Right. Okay. Well, that's fine. So you're not looking for tailored stuff per se. You're looking at standard stuff with
Yeah.
linings. So, so you enter. There's a lady behind the counter. She looks up and says, "Afternoon. How can I help you?"
Hi. I was wondering if I could sign up for a store point plan.
She looks at you and says, "Sign up for what?"
You know, like you guys don't have like a system to get discounts and stuff for
No.
members.
No. I'm afraid we don't.
So you're saying there's no like coupons or anything?
No. Funnily enough, no. Not for this. Not for the stuff we sell. If you want
He's
coupons, you want to
watching
go.
this and he's looking at him like he's fucking retarded.
There's a shop called Primani down the road. Go there. That'll give you all the coupons you want. She looks at the other person and says, "Can I help you? Or are you here for the same?"
No, I would like. I'm gonna hand her a list of all the stuff. Can I get all this and leather level 3, heavy armored?
She goes, "Ooh." And she looks at you, and you can tell within about 30 seconds she's sized you straight away. Basically, sized you straight. She goes, "Wait there. In fact, no, come with me. We'll find some suitable things for you." So, she beckons you to the side, and she starts saying, "All right, level 3. So we'll start with the poncho because that'll actually no. We'll start with the trousers. So trousers. So various styles. She points out the various styles, different colors. I'll let you pick and choose. For you, I would suggest maybe a charcoal grey.
Charcoal gray.
Charcoal grey,
That
but I
does
don't know.
sound nice.
It could suit you. I tell you what, I'll pull these out. So she holds them onto you and says, "Yeah, I think they'll do." Next, let's look at the poncho. Now, poncho. Do you want the traditional poncho, sort of John Wayne, or
I'm thinking more of
cowboy style?
no, I was thinking
Mexican?
more of yes, Mexican with a hint of culture.
Right. Okay. So just the thing for you. Clint Eastwood, in what's it called? A Few Dollars More. Think
The
that.
green one.
Yes, it's got
Yes.
patterns on it basically.
I would. That would be wonderful.
So she picks it out, and again, demonstrates the lining solid, nice. She goes, "Okay, now hat.
Hmm.
So, what kind of hat? You reckon a cowboy hat? Well, we do have various styles. You've got the old traditional 10-gallon. We do have the slightly more. You either have like the big John Wayne 10-gallon, or you have the sort of Raylan Givens sort of, or you even have a sombrero. If you're looking for sombrero, they have a sombrero.
Hmm.
The sombrero
Nice.
might fit with a poncho.
It would. It would. Uh, as long as the sombrero doesn't have the tassels, that
No,
would be wonderful.
that's fine. No, you can have the sombrero. That's fine. So you have the sombrero. She also picks out some shirts, a shirt, a couple of shirts, and a decent pair of combat boots.
Mhm. You don't have color. They don't have color boots. Damn it.
Well, no, they can. They do have.
Think of
I'll give you.
McCree.
I will give you. No, they can find you a set of cowboy boots. Well,
That
they'll
would
be
be knee-high boots, but just armored.
knee high. Yeah, I suppose. Yeah. Well, you want knee high, yeah, armored. So yeah, that's significant. That's another 18K. Knee high. So yep, they can give you some knee high, and they're nice, and they're actually properly coated. It may be synthetic, but it does look like animal skin. It looks like proper crocodile skin. So it's not
Mhm.
too bad, or snake skin or whatever. But it does look good. Looks actually pretty
Okay.
good. So he goes right. She goes right then. Right. Okay. So let's just have a look. So lots. So it's basically, I'll throw in the unarmored stuff for free. So basically, it's shoes, trousers, and hats. So it's T plus that is a further. So she'll throw everything in because
Mhm.
it's a fairly substantial order. For 60K, which is not bad.
Okay.
It's not brilliant, but
Yeah.
it's not. There is a discount involved. So you will be fully kitted out, head to toe, armored, wonderful, and you look fairly classy too, with your sombrero. What color sombrero are you wearing? What color sombrero do you want?
I was thinking more along the lines of a typical beige sombrero with the designs.
Yeah, no, that's fine. The designs can match your poncho if
Poncho.
you want.
That would be
Yeah,
wonderful.
that-
Really
that's-
appreciate this, man.
No, that's fine. That's no problem. 60K. Right. So, and your friend, is he still looking for significant discounts?
I honestly don't know. I barely know him,
I-
but
Hey,
you
I
know,
gotta
it's part
say,
of the
like,
group.
I got trade, and I'm
Part of the
also a
crew, part of the
source
ship, you know what
puller
I
with
mean.
chemical glands, so like,
Right. So if you want to, if you want to start, if you want to start using those skills, that's fine. But you've got to pick what you want to buy first. So what are you buying? Are you buying a suit? Are you just buying normal clothes and we're having a great coat?
I was
What are
gonna
you
get a
doing?
trench coat and have the trench coat armored with heavy armor, and then just get some jeans and a t-shirt, and then shoes.
And that's so it's just your trench coat which is going to be armored, yeah?
Yeah,
Okay, so be aware that does not cover your head. And
yeah.
remember, in this combat system, head is devastating. Being hit in the head is devastating. So just be aware I'm just warning you now. If you don't want it, that's fine. That's entirely up to you. Okay, so you want a trench coat? You want it armored? You want jeans, t-shirt, pair of shoes? Jeans. Well, they're a bit more expensive. T-shirt, pair of color t-shirts. It's only 4. Do you want a long sleeve t-shirt or just a standard tee?
Just a T.
So, well, she'll throw it all in with a pair of and the shoes. What type of shoes would you like?
Just ankle shoes.
So, when you say ankle shoes, are you talking about deck shoes?
Like sneakers.
Trainers. They're not sneakers. They're trainers. My gran
Tennis
used to call them.
shoes.
My gran used to call them sneakers many years ago. That's my gran. Trainers. So yeah, we'll call those ankle shoes. So it's not okay. So you can take all your stuff. What color is the trench coat? What color do you want for the trench coat? For you, she suggests black.
Yeah, I'll go with it. Whatever's gonna look the most natural.
Black will be fine. Okay, that's fine. So again, 20 grand. So between you, that's 80 grand for everything you've got.
Okay.
So if you want to do if somebody wants to do some sweet talking, that's allowed.
I'm gonna
feel
let
free.
Whatever his name is. What's it? Ugh. Damn you. I'm gonna let Saradin do the talking.
Okay, so Saradin, feel free to roll the dice first with your bonus for your glands. Okay, so you'll get 10% on that. I'll give
Is that
you.
applied to my already 10% from level 2 trade?
Yes. So you'll get a total of 20% on in total. I would have most probably given you more, but you did roll a 2. But you do have a plus 24 with your glands, so.
Ooh.
So I'll give you, so that's 20% in total. So 80 grand becomes 64 grand.
Okay. Well, it's way better. So I'm only paying for my stuff.
Are you? Why? Are you sure? Because I'm not sure
Yeah,
Saradin
no,
has the
I'm
money.
it's all in a group. No, it's all in the group. I was just saying, like, out of character, like, I'm pretty much only paying for the stuff that I got.
Yeah. No, I sent him, what, 20 grand or something? That's enough for your shit.
Yeah.
I can get it all.
Okay, so that's fine. So you have the items. She says, "Thanks very much." Feel
You're a
free to
lovely
come back
lady.
anytime.
Nice to meet you. I'm Kate. It was wonderful. I had a pleasure.
That's anytime. Feel free to bring your friends.
Sounds good. Out of character, that's my new tailorer. Every time I need clothes, I'm gonna
It's
go there.
all about who you know.
Yeah. But yeah, we're gonna start scouting not scouting, really just tracking to find them. Last known location.
I'm gonna do like a sting operation.
No.
I'll go in and talk to him. You guys survey. You guys just step in if anything goes wrong.
Oh my. I'm gonna text Prism. Prism, he's going off the rails again. Try to talk him down.
He's fine. What are you guys
Just
doing?
that was
We're,
Prism's direction.
did you track him down yet?
Well, we just got the clothes. Now
You ju-
we're
God,
he
I'm gonna
just
look
wants to do
over-
a sting operation.
Wait.
Just running guns blind.
how's the time comparison? Like them versus us? Are we like
Yeah.
heading out the door at the same time?
Actually, no. Yours is a lot quicker than theirs.
Okay. So yeah, you
'Cause-
guys. I'm gonna be like, what do you mean you? I figured you guys would be like, shouldn't take that long. We're fucking already done with what we need to do. Fade. I mean, Usamagi. Do
Well,
we
we
have
just-
this guy's location?
Well, you have the location he was last seen. Yes.
All right, we're gonna head that way
Wait.
then. Be like, just
Okay.
Cade, you got your bike, right? Why don't you just meet us? You know,
Yeah.
at
we'll
the
meet you
last
there.
location. We'll see what happens. How about that?
Right. So you've got your bike. I presume
I'm
Sheridan
walking.
is going to be
They're walking on foot.
is going to be riding pillion.
Yeah.
I think that's how we
Yeah, he's gonna be
describe
riding
it
It's
bitch.
on
called
the bike.
it's called riding bitch over here, but
It's a pillion seat. Stop it. Stop antagonizing.
there's a reason
So-
I got rid of that seat on my bike. I'm just saying.
Well, surely you carry your other half on the back seat if you're a motorcyclist. I'm not, so I have no really interest in doing that. So
I'll
So
amend
you-
next year.
are you lot wearing your armored clothing now, or have you changed into your armored clothing? There is a
Yeah,
place to
I've-
change if you wish.
Yeah, I'm gonna change.
Yeah,
Okay,
I think we're both
so-
changing.
Okay, so you're both in your armored clothing. That's fine. The sombrero also has because it's armored. It's fundamentally quite similar. We're going to say it can be used as a crash helmet if you wish, and it does have a little strap underneath if you want to use it. So
Most sombreros do, so it's okay.
Just
Yep.
in case somebody drives into a fucking train.
So please make a simple drive roll. You're just driving around, so it's not difficult. Just make a roll.
Let's see. Perception.
Either perception or a speed. If you're trained, you have a choice.
No, yeah, I'm doing perception.
You roll away.
Plus 3, plus 7, so 10.
That's fine. Okay, yep, you make it no problem at all. You drift, you glide gracefully through the traffic or over the traffic in some cases, and you get to the location.
Yeah.
Just as fundamentally Prism and Igor and Uzumaki get there.
Well,
I'm
isn't
gonna
that
walk
kismet?
the prism. I'm gonna like. Oh, sorry, shit happened. I'm gonna spread my arms out. I'm going to do a little spin and be like, eh.
You know what I want? Give me a charisma check. You know it's mine. How about that?
Charisma.
I want to see. How do I feel about this? Where's my charisma? Yeah,
He looks like a right.
I don't even need a
he look-
roll. I'm just gonna look at you
No,
and
he
be like,
looks like
"That's nice."
he's pouncing around like some big girl's blouse. Ooh, look at me! I've got new clothes.
Prism is totally
not impressed.
unimpressed.
You are not impressed.
No,
not
not
with
at
that
all.
role.
No, I'm just, yeah.
What do you think about my outfit?
He's
Wait, I'll roll roll
Okay,
against that. What?
It's okay. You're happy with that. Mainly because
God.
you can't. Yeah, but the pheromones and everything else.
Mhm.
Yeah. No. You're convinced it's a pretty good outfit.
Yeah, I'll
It's
be
a bit
like,
simple.
Cade.
Simple, but
I'll just look at Cade and be like, ugh. And then as, you come up and you fucking swing, I'll be like, see that, Cade? That looks good. That, I don't know what's wrong with you, but I mean, that looks great. I'm like, wow. And then you know what? I'll actually, with that roll, I'll start talking. Even though you rolled a fucking 2 with your pheromones, I'm going to be like, yeah. So where'd you guys get these? These look pretty good. I mean, I got a couple of contact. We got a new contact. This guy came, Matthew. He's pretty cool. this looks good though, and I'm gonna like take his collar and like pop it or whatever, just be like, boop.
So, you have found the bar where he was previously located. What are you all doing?
What's
now?
his name? What's the name?
Bruce.
Bruce. Bruce Almighty. Got it.
It's like I'm gonna look at these
Okay.
two and be like, hey, why don't you two go inside? We'll hang out here. I'm gonna look over at Usamagi, who's here but not, and over at Igor and be like, well, we'll hang out here. You guys look like you're ready for this. Why don't you go in and see if you can't
I
get
turn
him,
to Prism.
get him to the back.
If he's in there,
Yeah.
I'm gonna need cuffs. And I'll call you in.
Why don't you try to get him
if
into
he
the
is in
back,
there.
if you know what I mean? I'm gonna make a gesture, an appropriate gesture with my fingers in my mouth.
I think I get what you're saying.
Okay, why don't you try to
I can take that angle.
All right, listen, I don't care how you guys
So if
do
he's
it.
gonna
We're
be
not
in the
gonna need
guys.
cuffs because I got this fixed, and I'm gonna like pat my back again with an electron rifle. I'm like, we'll meet you out back. I'm gonna send my drones around, and I'm gonna be like, Igor, come on.
I do a
Some rope
ping.
and handcuffs.
Can I do a ping first to know if the guy is there?
You what? Sorry.
Can I do a ping to know if there's
You
the
can't
dark
tell.
hole?
You don't know if you can tell people are inside, but you haven't met him before, so you don't know what he feels or looks like psychically. So
You're
you've
gonna be
got
like,
no idea.
hey guys, and if he's
Ah.
not there, I'm sure the bartender, if this guy's a regular, the bartender's gonna know who he is. Trust me. I used to bartend. I mean, just do that, and then we'll head. If not, if he is there, get him in back. If he's not, we'll find him. Okay. I'll give him a thumbs up, and I'll
Okay.
sip some more
Okay.
worm shine and head to the back alley.
I try to grab the worm shine as he's putting it away to get his rig.
You could have just fucking asked. You don't need to grab, bitch. Jeez. I'm gonna let him take it. God damn it, Igor. You know.
So me and Sheridan walk in.
Yeah, you walk in. Right. As I state, it's a high quality place. You have sawdust on the ground. The bar is there, and it does have peanuts, but you're not entirely sure about the age or state of those peanuts. There are brew standard beer, these standard sort of pump beers. Also, there's spirits behind the bar, and not to mention some wine. I want both of you to make perception checks when you look around the bar for the person you're looking for. Okay. Cade rolls that. Oh dear. Deary me. Can you make a luck roll, please? Sheridan.
Oh!
Oh my god.
Jesus. Well, it started already. Right. Sheridan. Cade, you walk in, look around, doesn't look like he's there. Sheridan, you walk in and immediately knock into a waitress who's holding some beers, and it pours all over her front. And she looks at you and says, "Look where you're walking, you fucking idiot!" And of course, then next to her are the table of the men whose the beers you just spilt. Stand up and say, "You prick! You fucking prick! You just spilt our fucking beers all over that woman. You're gonna buy
Cade's
some
gonna
beers."
see this.
Yeah.
Cade's gonna see this and keep walking. He's gonna he wasn't with this man. He's gonna keep
Right.
walking.
So yeah, they don't seem to be. Cade's fine. He's free to do whatever he wants. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do, Derek, my man?
Yeah. That's fucking hilarious.
Seradin, what are you doing? Seradin, you special man. You multiple one
Do
master.
anything. It was obviously the waitress here that bumped into me, so if anything, they should pay for it. It should come out of their wage. I do a charisma roll.
Yeah, but there's going to be a serious amount of disadvantage on this. But you roll away. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
Wait, this
Jesus.
makes up for all those 12s you got on fucking Saturday, okay?
So, fuck me, 3 1s in a row. You are a fucking gifted man. I mean, this is special level of gift. Okay, at this
He got
point...
fucking 5 on Saturday. 5 nat
5
12.
12s. So,
Okay, well, he's just had 3 nat 1s in a row.
uh,
At this point, you've just blamed her. Right, I'm gonna make a roll. She is gonna whack you with her attempt to whack you with her tray. She misses, or it doesn't. It's ineffectual. She goes, "How dare you!" and smacks you with her tray. She doesn't do anything to you. But at this point, all 4 men at the table get up and stand over you and say, "I think you need to apologise to this woman, and you need to get us more beers right now." And you have a feeling that they are, regardless of how powerful your pheromones are, they're not going to be listening much.
I'm so glad I walked away from that. That was fucking great. Yeah,
So-
what happened to being anonymous?
Okay,
Not anymore.
I got a better idea.
He can save this.
Let's hope.
Trying to figure out how to word it.
Well, you've doing so well on wording so far.
Yeah. No, they're not gonna listen to me, but I could probably incite a bar fight with everyone else.
Oh my god.
Just.
How are we supposed to get information with you doing this shit? Just saying.
Just he wants to do it right. So I want you, if you want to start a bar fight, you can do that. You might there will definitely be swings at you, but you can try and maneuver it into a position where you can sort of take less damage. For instance, you can get thrown on the bar, and you can then dive behind the bar. But it's going to be pretty obvious that it's you who started the bar fight. It's up to you how you want to do that. Yo mama jokes or whatever you want to do.
You said this was a pretty classy place, right?
Yeah, definitely. 100% classy place.
I love it.
A 100% classy.
It literally sounds like a regular bar in my town where there's somewhat of a bar fight happening.
Just show up at work with a fucking bruised face.
So, what do you want to do? Do you want to start the fight?
Or do you want to go the easy way and pay the men?
Sheridan,
they're
you're-
drinking
Okay,
alcohol.
well,
there
from
you
my
go.
information, this is a classy place. So, can people like bring weapons in or anything? Was there a kill box or anything?
Look, there aren't people walking around with grenade launchers or anything, okay? You might see the pistol occasionally, but other than that, most of the time, most of it is, fairly innocuous stuff.
Cade's over here walking around with the C30, the C31 AR underneath his poncho, clipped to his back.
Hey, that's better than what I'm holding in the back. On my sling.
So, you need to So, Cyrillina, are we gonna have a response, or am I just gonna?
Yeah.
What you do?
I'm just trying to figure out what I know from my perspective, because I think going into this, I didn't get that much information about the establishment. You just said it's
Well, it's a
it's a
shit
bar.
tip. It's a shithole. Okay, it's sawdust on the ground. Sawdust on the ground. Like I said, the peanuts are not something you want to eat. You know, it's a bar. You get the odd waitress. She's, it's almost like Hooters, so big tits. But it is, it is a fairly low grade establishment.
Okay.
There's nothing. It's certainly not a place where people of any class will actually go.
I feel like okay.
There's some indecision. What's going on?
No, okay, so I was under the impression we were going into like a fine establishment, and that's the
No.
reason we were shopping for clothes so that we could.
No. No.
I
The place was
I just bought a cowboy outfit, dude. You think I'm going to a fine fucking establishment?
No, so we put effort into getting.
Yeah,
we had clothes before that we could have worn in there. We could have even got in our armor.
that might have carrying a gun is one thing. Walking around in body armor is a separate thing altogether.
That's a way to draw attention.
Yes.
That's the only reason why not the only reason, but I also didn't want to wear a full suit of level 3 armor to a fucking bar because it would look suspicious.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask them how much the beers would be.
Beer. How much is a beer? Beer. How much is a beer? Beer.
Is it a worm beer or an actual beer?
A real beer.
Oh god.
It's not that expensive, mate. Seriously. Food, liquids, ambrosia, beer. Shit, beer is still $5,000 a pop. Bloody hell.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. So, 20. We'll say 25 grand, considering you've just insulted the waitress as well.
Wait, 25,000?
Yes, because according to the rule book, a beer is $5,000. Actually, no, they're not. This is not the kind of place to charge that. Okay, so we'll say it's the equivalent of a worm shine. So it'll be $5,000. Because this isn't a classy establishment. So yeah, $5,000 will cover the drinks.
I'm so glad I just walked the fuck away.
Do. So have you got the $5,000 for the drinks?
Yeah, and I'll try to get a discount on them.
You really want to fucking push this shit? Okay,
I
roll
have
again.
Trade. I have trade. If I'm talking to someone, I get a discount. That's how it works, right?
That would be true had you not just rolled 3 ones in a fucking row.
Also,
Okay.
blamed it on the waitress, who works for the owner of the bar.
Yeah,
Talk shit. Just a group of people.
I'm gonna
It's
say
fine.
trade will work in normal circumstances where you're buying and selling. haggling, sure, but you're in a fucking bar. Their prices they don't haggle in a bar. Trade does nothing. So it's a nice thought, but you did roll 3 1. So just pay it and save us all the headache of what's about to
But
happen.
I will allow you to roll again if you're really that keen. But
oh God.
But if you roll a further
much
one,
for your own
you
fault.
can. Your character is leaving the bar in a heap.
You've got a job to. Never mind. Sorry, no meta.
Let him do whatever he wants. Just let him.
That's right. That's what the game's about.
Yeah.
And I love it.
I mean, I'll pay. I just
Roll. Roll.
You are free to roll if you want, but just be aware it's going to be a hard roll, and if you fuck it, it's going to fuck you. That's all I'll say.
I'll just pay the 5,000. And I feel like I'm put in a shitty situation where you guys don't have my back and would all bail on me.
Prism's got your back. He just asked if
How
everyone's
are
all
we
right.
supposed to have your back, dude?
Just
Dude,
pay
okay,
the five.
Cade walks away from me and pretends that he doesn't know me and stuff. You gotta
Here.
take into account I accidentally bumped into the waitress. It's
Here.
not an intentional thing that I did. The only thing I intentionally did was maybe blame it on the waitress, and that failed.
Yeah. Anyway, it's okay. The $5,000 you'll get the $5,000 back at some point. That won't be a problem. So just immediately someone walking away and fucking leaving you two is a bit of a bastard thing to do, but that's fine. So you pay your $5,000. Everyone's happy. Right. While this is going on,
It's good.
I presume, Cade, you are walking around, yeah?
No, I was gonna go to the bartender.
Right, okay. He looks at you.
Howdy,
Hello?
good sir.
Hi, what do you want?
I was looking for a man. His name's Bruce. You seen him?
He looks at you and says, I know plenty of Bruces. Fucking, you're gonna have to be a bit more specific than a name and the sect. All right, you're gonna need to give me some more.
I'm gonna describe him based on the
Okay.
bounty. Not like I'm not gonna say what he needed for or the bounty itself. I'm just gonna give him a description of him.
The picture that you can show him a picture if you wish.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, I'm gonna just, I'm gonna show him the picture.
But you could
But
you can
just
make
the
it so it's just the picture. There's no bounty or anything on him, so you can make it so it's just that. He goes, Bruce. Last time I saw him, he wasn't called Bruce. He was called Zachariah, and he was a preacher. Well, he was pretending to be a preacher anyway. Trying to
How'd you find
convert
out he
my
was pretending?
patrons over.
How did you find out he was pretending?
Well, because most preachers carry Bibles or have other paraphernalia like crosses or whatever. He has nothing. He just demands drinks in the name of God. And funny enough, most of my patrons were not having that.
That sounds about right. That's one of the stupidest things I've ever. I would say that. I agree with you. You should have kicked him out.
So yeah, I have
where
seen him.
he got.
I don't know where, but I have. Just one sec. Julius. And there's actually the male equivalent of the bar girl. And he's a pretty boy too. And he's like, you seen this guy? Zacharias, was it? He went, yeah, but I've seen him before. He's a tiny bit camp. He's, oh, yes. I've seen him before, though. Yeah, his name's Bruce. Bruce Killian, I think it was. And, yeah. He's got, I think he's got a place downtown.
That's
Lucy?
very helpful. I really
Lucy?
appreciate it.
And Lucy goes, what? It's another one of the barmaids that haven't been dosed in beer. She goes, what do you know, Bruce? Zacharias? Oh, him. God, he's a bit dodgy if there ever was one. Has he got a place downtown? She goes, yeah. Yeah.
Do you happen to have the address? I'm looking for him. Old friend decided to cut ties. Family's looking
Right.
for him.
Make a charisma check, please.
Okay.
Well, that hasn't come up, bizarrely. Hang on. Oh, yes, it has. It's just taken a while. Yeah, actually goes, yeah. I think, yeah, one of the other girls said he was in a flat next to the old Methodist church. I think it's called St. Havelays or something. St. Havelays or something. Yeah, he's in a flat nearby. But like I say, yeah, Bruce Killian, I think it was, or something like that. Something like that. Yeah, but yeah, it was. Yeah. He's an odd one, that one. But
That's
yeah, he's
very much appreciated.
yeah, that's fine.
I'm gonna hand the money over. I'm gonna give him a 10,000. This is for the problems with my friend over there. I point to Saradin.
Oh
And
right,
then-
okay.
Have a good night, gentlemen. And I look at the waitress. Have a good night, beautiful. And I start walking. I get behind Saradin, grab him behind the collar, and start walking the fuck out.
So basically, what happens is he's walked off. He's had a conversation with the barman. Sheridan's obviously made lots of friends. He's walked to the bar, paid for the beers and the additional insult. At which point, Kate's come back, grabbed him by the collar, and gone, right, we're going. Wow. Okay, so you leave the bar. No one stops you. No one gets in your way. Cyril gets a few dirty looks, but other than that, you're free to go. So, what are you doing? You're outside the bar.
I'm gonna go around back to grab them and tell them all the details that I got.
So, the church is quite obvious. It's a landmark. It's quite nice. Quite a nice church. Quite old.
I do have a plan.
So, yeah, that's definitely there. There isn't much of the way of sort of domiciles nearby, so it shouldn't be too difficult to narrow him down. So, it doesn't take you very long. You can walk to wherever you want to go, or you can drive if you. I can't see 5 of you hanging off, and 4 of you hanging off a bike. Sorry, 5 of you hanging off a bike there. So, so you get down to the church. I need everyone to make perception rolls.
It's kind of funny. Me and Sergeant have the exact same perception.
It's a 14's going on, huh?
Okay. So best we got is 14. Igor is blind, not paying any attention at all.
Raise right up behind him alive.
And who we're still that's only 4 rolls.
Fades.
Where's Usamagi?
He's gone. He dropped again. Like
Okay,
does.
cool.
Probably
In that
been
case, right, okay. So, well, Prism and Cade, between you, you think you find a place. It's basically a small. It's not a true block of flats. More of a brownstone, really. but you think,
Mhm.
yeah, this looks like a fairly good place for us to start. So you go in. Is there?
I'm gonna knock on the door.
Well, you can actually. You
Hey.
don't have to. No, you don't have to knock. You can just go into the brownstone. There
Okay.
is a ground floor. I don't know what brownstones normally. As far as I'm aware, they're like what sort of like they're just full of flats.
Mm-hmm.
And there's normally, I don't know, you guys, this is an American thing, so I'm not sure, but there is normally a reception area where you can go and take the stairs, or I presume, yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a little
Yeah, okay,
lobby
so-
or whatever.
yeah. So, well, you enter the lobby, you see fundamentally a receptionist, stroke gardener, stroke, well, not gardener, caretaker, stroke sort of supervisor, sat behind the desk.
Mm-hmm.
He looks up, sees you all, and goes, "How can I help you? You obviously don't live here."
What was the name that he was going by now?
Who
Bruce.
do I know?
Zacharias.
Zacharias.
Zachariah.
Zachariah.
Yeah.
Hi, ma'am. I'm looking for Zachariah. I heard he was helping people follow the way of the Lord.
And I would like to have a drink with them.
Right.
No,
Zachariah. You know, my memory's not so good,
Maybe Bruce.
but it can sometimes be sharpened up.
I'm gonna give her like.
I'm gonna
20.
hand her 500, or I'm gonna send her 500.
If that's fine, 500 will be enough. She goes, yeah. Zachariah. He's an odd soul. He's just recently went a bit strange. Bruce, it was his real name, but he's recently taken Zachariah. I think he tried to get into some papal school and failed. And it's sort of, I think the rejection. He's one of those types that really get into it, and if he fails, then he sort of doesn't know what to do. So I think he's got to the point where
He's
a
a
bit-
family friend. He's lost. They're looking for him. So
Okay,
needed to come find him.
can you make a charisma roll, please? Because fundamentally that's lying, because he's not a family friend of yours. So feel free to make a charisma roll.
Oh
Cool.
shit.
Fuck me. She goes. She goes. Oh. Okay, that's fair enough. He could do with a hand. She goes. 5th floor. Room 12. 5.
Thank you
1,
so
2.
much.
Yeah. Away you go. Yeah. But yes. Yeah. So. But if he won't let you in, you can't go in. All right. Because I don't want any trouble in this building. And I know all you people are obviously fairly well armed, but no. And there are cameras. You can see there are plenty of cameras around. So everything you do will be recorded, all right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. The lift's over there, and she points out one of the lifts.
We're gonna go there. In the lift, I'm gonna say, no killing, guys, please.
I'm sorry. I never said I went in the building. I'm staying out the fucking side.
Okay.
Because
Stay outside too.
I believe, and I'm gonna look over at Sheridan and be like, "You okay? What happened back there?"
I almost just died.
You know that I don't know what to tell you. I think you're doing a great job, and I don't know the details because I wasn't there. I was out back actually, and nobody told me what happened. So I'm gonna be like, "Why don't you go in with fucking Cade? I think the two of you can handle this. I'm gonna stay out here with Igor. Actually, Igor,
I need to.
what's that?
I was
Sheridan?
gonna head into Cade. And now certainly
Okay,
you
I
are
think-
here.
Why don't you three go in, and I'll stay outside? How about that?
Yeah, that can work. I'll babysit Sheridan.
Unless, what's the matter, Sheridan? You suddenly lost your nerve? I mean, InfoSite did hire you, right, to come help us out. So
Yeah. I'm just kind of on edge.
Okay, well,
Just need to
here's
breathe for a second.
here. I'm gonna hand you some worm shine. I'm gonna take a sip of that, get your shit together, and go fucking finish this, okay? Because you were telling us we don't need to fire a shot, so I want to see what you do. Because I would rather not. I pat my back with an electron rifle. I would not rather fire Betty if I don't have to. So if you can get somebody to fucking whatever you do it. I'll be impressed.
Okay. Well, I'm alive thanks to you. Just I'm glad that the beers. It was all my money that I had left. Like I
Wait,
didn't
what?
have money before.
You
So
didn't
like
pay for it. Dude.
Wait, what about beer? I'm gonna assume like those guys are maybe inside talking. Maybe.
I accidentally
I'm
spilled
gonna-
some beers and got blamed, and they demanded that I paid for it, but I'd like
Well,
didn't have the money.
Okay.
Barely had enough.
Well, there you go. But you had it, and we're good for it. So if you want to make more, we got you. Don't worry about it. Okay.
I'm gonna turn
Listen.
to Prism. I'm gonna turn to Prism as he's saying this. I paid for it and I dragged him out.
All right.
I still want to say that for context, Seriton has like a 1 in bravery and just had some like
See-
biker guys stand up to him and demand that he pays money.
But we got you. Don't you get it? Like as you asked us if we're mercs and we get shit done, we get shit done. And I'm gonna lean into you and be
I think
like,
I feel better also going in with a couple of you guys.
what? Well,
That way, if things go south, you guys can
there you
step
go.
in.
And
Yeah, That's
if
why
I-
we're there. We just
if-
need to get him out of the building.
if I have to tell you exactly how, I've got over a couple of million credit bounty on me, and so does Usamagi. I think we got you, and we're good for it.
Okay.
So why don't you go with those two? I'm gonna hang out here because I got something I gotta do, and see if you can't get this guy to come out peacefully, so there's no shit going down. That's the key here. Okay, so no running into bar waitresses because whatever, no spilling beer. And if you do, don't start shit. I believe in your abilities. I believe in you. And I'm going to put my hands on his shoulders. I believe in you, okay? But you have to know what battles to fight, okay? So if you need us to come in, tell us, because we're right here. We got you.
This. Okay, I'm
I'm gonna look
go
look
in
at Prism
and
and
now
be like,
all kind of
I was
pumped up.
so motivated.
I'm gonna,
Feeling a bit better now.
okay, wait. How do you feel about that there, Cade? What'd you say?
I'm gonna look at Prism and I'll be like, I'm gonna like be 100% honest. That was so motivational. Damn.
You guys got him, right?
Yeah, we got him.
Both of you and Igor. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Something to talk
I
about.
trust you guys. I'm gonna send those three
Right.
in.
So.
Yeah.
So you three go up. You find the door 512.
In the elevator,
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at these two. No pulling anything. I'm gonna look at Igor. I'm gonna be like,
Can I?
try and influence his mind a little bit, make him more persuasive. Saradin, you do the talking, try and get him out of there. We just need him
I'm
out
gonna
of the
look at
building.
Can I do the
Okay.
knocking?
what angle we taking for this, because I got an idea.
Parents, we're going with the parent story. I'm gonna look around. Is there actually
We're-
before any of that?
So we're trying to
this
get
is
him.
this is. No, wait.
Stop
We're,
button on the
we're gonna
other
do this.
player.
This conversation is gonna be through comms because of the cameras.
I'll use my
It's
telepathy.
It's just
So I'm gonna through comms, Saradin. We're going with the family story. The mother, whatever you need to do, just get him out.
so. Do we be like saying that there's like
And I
a
will be
family
doing
emergency
knocking
and
on the door.
we need to take him out in handcuffs?
Is there okay? In the bounty list, is there anything related to his family?
No.
Is
We're
there
just
is
making assumptions, I think.
Make assumptions.
'Cause-
Based
okay, I'm under
on
the
missing
impression we
school-
just
yeah,
need to
no,
get this guy
family.
in handcuffs, and I'm pretty sure I got away a pretty funny way if it works out.
We just need him out of the building. No handcuffs yet. Because the receptionist will probably call the cops. if we do anything negatively to one of her tenants. So I'd say get him out of the building, and then we do all the other stuff. So we just influence him out of the building.
Can I
Yeah.
do knocking?
Yeah.
How are we gonna persuade him though to get out of the building?
Well, Igor is going to influence his mind a little bit, and you're going to persuade him with all your persuasion-ness. You got
Persuade him to what? Are we like? Do we ask him out for drinks and convince him to go to a bar? Do
Drinks
we ask him to go to a
and the
private
Lord.
hotel room?
Drinks in the Lord. Drinks in the Lord.
Because I like the angle of trying to take him to a hotel room and spend the night with him. If we could just
He's like
convince him
Cade
to just
stuttering on
under
his like on the line right now. He's just like, you know what? Do whatever you need to do to get him out.
Okay, Igor, you gotta make him fall for me.
Okay, so you go up to 512. You knock on the door. What are you gonna do? You knock on the door. Kick the
I
door
knock
in.
on the door. Hang on, Nick.
Okay, so there is
And
initially no response. What would you like to do now?
try to do a ping to see if there's anyone inside.
I'm gonna ping
Make it-
Uzumaki. Oh wait,
Make
no,
a
he's not here.
psychic
Fuck.
roll. Make a psychic roll, and you can see if there's someone inside. You're going to ping Uzumaki, but he's not here, so no, you're not.
Oh, yeah.
That was my role that you see.
Is that a 1?
It is.
Fuck's sake! Right, you have got a headache.
A horrible migraine.
Yeah. What the fuck?
What
What the
I
fuck is
have
it
right
with you
now.
guys and all the wands?
Yeah, well, 2-2 beforehand, so we knew it's coming.
Okay, so yeah, you've got no idea. There could be someone there. What are you two doing now?
Knocking on the door, and then I'm going to say, "Sir, are you in there? Heard from whatever the name is of the bar. I'm going to say that you were helping convert people to the Lord."
Okay. So make okay. Right, okay, so hang on. Right, okay. So yes, eventually you hear a voice, right, hang on. And he's obviously a bit worse. He's obviously just woken up. Sounds like he's just woken up. So you can hear a chain rattling on the door, and the door opens. And he looks at you, and he's obviously had a lot to drink last night. He goes, I'm sorting people out for the Lord. Yeah. Who are you? What do you want?
The Lord works in mysterious ways, and He brought us to you. I would like to buy you a drink, sir. I would like to talk faith.
Hang on, he says. You hear him stag. He shut the door. The chain's removed. He opens the door. Says, "Come in. I'm gonna just get some clothes on." And he's not butt naked, but he's just basically wearing a pair of boxer shorts or white fronts or whatever. And he sort of staggers out the back.
Can I try something?
You can try something, yes.
I'm going to try to use my. I don't have infiltration, so it'll get a -4. But I'm going to try to sneak behind him and use a stun gauntlet on him.
A what? A what? A stun?
We agreed we wouldn't
A
do this.
stun knuckle.
A stun?
Aren't we on camera?
No, not stun rod.
Yes,
Stun
we're not
knuckle.
We're
If
on
I see
camera.
this, and I
Stop everyone talking at the same time. Just one person. So if we start with Igor, what are you placing on him? A stun?
Not pressing on him, using a stun knuckle.
He's fucking.
So you're
On
punching
him.
him in the back of the. You're punching him in the back of the head.
more like a foot over with the stun knuckle.
Okay, roll to hit him.
Can I roll speed to see if I can stop him?
Also join in on that. Try to see if we can stop him.
Okay, both of you roll. Because he's going to hit. He's hit the bloke unless you've done something about it.
I mean, speed checks at this point. I don't know.
Speed. So make a roll for speed. Derek speed is that. Igor, also roll your speed as well, please. Or Igor, roll your speed as well. So you're on 16.
Oh shit.
Okay, no, not even close. Okay, so you basically you see him walk out the back. You see Igor follow him. You see Igor pull a fist back. You go no, and Igor punches him in the back of the head. Right, roll for some damage, please, Igor.
Oh, you did the one thing you were not supposed to do.
James.
We agreed we weren't going to attack or anything.
Well, someone obviously decided that they wanted to take a different route.
You're gonna kill him.
No, because this is only stun damage, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is.
His strength is physical though, so he's gonna take that in damage.
Oh, that's my strength?
Yeah, what's your
Well,
strength?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
you're punching.
Fuck
Oh, no,
you.
my strength 5 actually.
Oh,
Well, okay. Thank you.
Okay, that's not bad.
okay. So,
Dink. But
right.
Looks like he was
33.
basically
Are we already in the building?
Yeah.
in the
You
room.
well, no. Hang on. So he walked. He said, "Come in," and walked off. He went. Igor went first. He walked in, punched him in the back of the head. So
I'm gonna
who's next?
immediately close the door because I couldn't do anything about it.
Okay, so Cade, you're inside, so you've just closed the door. Okay, so Cyrodian, what are you doing?
I'm gonna send a message to Prism saying Igor fucked up, and I think we're gonna need some help.
I'm gonna also text Prism, bring my bike around, bring it over to the 3rd floor to the window. Is there a window?
It's the 5th floor.
It's the 5th floor.
5th floor? 5th floor? But is he like in a window apartment?
Oh yeah, no, there will be a window. Yes.
It's
Okay,
the
bring it up to the
fireplace.
5th floor window. I'll pick you the location. We'll put the body through and we'll let you go out.
No, don't. We have to check if there's a fire exit. Like ladder type deal.
Do you want to carry
No.
his limp corpse down
Yeah,
5
I'd
flights
rather
of
not do
stairs?
that either.
Right. Hang on. Whoa. So that's your action, right? I'm going to make a speed roll for him because that one punch wasn't enough to take him out. So I'm going to make a speed roll for him. Shit me. He is fucking quick. He's not
Wouldn't
the
he have to
quickest.
go endurance to make sure he's not knocked out?
But sorry, say that again.
Wouldn't he have to go endurance to make sure he's not knocked out?
That's true. He would. So. Oh, actually, that's true. So let's just have a look to see.
Plus, he's also massively hungover.
Well, yeah, from how we were told it went is he opens the door for us and is like, I'm gonna go put on some pants. We walk in through the door and then Igor immediately punches him
In the back of the head, yeah.
with a shock
in the back of the
attack,
head. So I don't think he'd have time to do like a speed check or anything.
no.
He's like
Well,
facing the other
No,
direction.
maybe it was a surprise attack. But
Yeah, so you get
with-
your surprise round, but he
there's-
still gets.
unless he has a 30 endurance, he's not fucking staying awake for this. That's what I see. But it's MC's.
Right. Okay. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
make an endurance roll for him.
He needs to get like a
Well, if he rolls another 12, he's awake.
yeah.
No, he's not. So you punch in the back of the head. There is a small amount of blood, because you did do some physical damage, but he just passes out on the floor, crumples on the floor.
Okay.
I use my telepathy to Prism, saying, got a knockout.
Okay. So
Prism,
you've
Prism
knocked him
takes
out, he's
another
on the floor.
Fucking swig of worm shine. Oh God.
So, what are you doing now?
Like I said, I'm gonna ask Prism to grab the bike and bring it around to the 5th floor window, so we could load him onto the bike without the camera seeing, and then walk out like nothing happened.
Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go out the front door, and I'm assuming there's gonna be like a fire alarm system. Can I trip it?
Don't.
So, hang on,
Please.
hang on. So, before we go any further, so what one of you? Okay, so you've radioed through to Prism. Prism is drinking. He doesn't give a shit, obviously. The other one is going to go outside and on the way out trigger the alarm. No one's left yet because Igor is still in there. Igor, you've knocked him out. What are you doing with him?
Gonna be looking around to see if there's a window I can drag him to.
Oh, yeah, there's a window. Yep, there's a window. You can drag him.
I have to make a strength check.
Yep, you
Because
need to
I'm
make a
pretty
strength check.
sure I'm a small guy trying to drag a big guy.
Well, he's not really that big, but anyway, make a roll. You're right. You attempt to pull, and you're like, oh shit, I've pulled a muscle, man. Oh, and you
I'm
can't
gonna
do it.
move Igor out of the way. I'm assuming the fire alarm's already tripped.
No, he hasn't acted yet. No one's.
Okay.
He said
I'm
he was.
gonna. Okay. I'm going to grab Bruce. I'm gonna put him over my shoulder, and I'm gonna wait for Saradin to pull the fire alarm.
Right.
I'm also gonna clean up the blood on his head. Make sure it's not.
Make a
going.
strength check, please, because you are still carrying a human body, and it's not easy.
Yeah. Oh, what did it? That's plus 11. I accidentally plus enter.
Don't worry, that's fine. So you can pick him up,
Fine.
no problem. I'm going to remind everybody that there are cameras in the hallways,
But not in the room.
not in the room.
So
there's no.
What I'm
there's
waiting
no.
for.
There's no fire alarm in the room. There are smoke alarms.
Is there? Is there Is there alcohol laying around?
Yes.
I'm gonna start bathing
Hang
him
on.
in alcohol pretty much to
Wait.
get him to smell.
Okay. So he's smelling your alcohol. Cyrodian, what did you want?
I'm trying to find a fire alarm.
Well, there's
or
one
something.
out in the corridor, but remember there is a camera there.
I'm gonna run to it then.
Okay, you run to the fire alarm.
And I'm gonna pull it.
You pull the fire alarm.
I'm gonna look at Igor and I'm gonna say start a fire.
I look at him and I say, I'm not volatile.
Okay, so you start. You set the alarm off. And that's roll a d12. Make a luck roll.
I am volatile currently until the end of session. Oh my god.
Yeah, the fire alarm fails to go off. You put it down. Dud.
I am going to actually start a fire because I am volatile until the end of session.
Right.
I'm gonna get my sweat, wipe it on the mattress, the bed, and I'm gonna use the blowtorch that I have, the welder, the hand welder. I'm gonna light it, put it away, and then step back with Zachariah or Bruce, and then wait for the fire alarm to go off.
Okay, so right.
I'd be opening up a window.
There's a couple of flaws I'd want to
I'm
point out,
opening
but
up
it'd
a
be over the
window.
table.
and standing near it.
Right. Okay. So the fire catches because there's accelerants involved. So eventually before the fire alarm goes off, the smoke alarm goes off, and the whole building basically because the whole building goes shit. Gotta get up. So all the fire alarms go initially your smoke alarm, and then all the fire alarms go off. And I presume you just carry him down the stairs as if you're evacuating.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine. So, so you run off down the stairs. That's you do that thing. You do that thing.
I follow Kate.
No one stops you, funny enough.
Sheridan, get out now.
But yeah, I'm already leaving. As soon as the alarms
Okay.
go off.
I'm gonna message Prism. Get ready.
No. Well, you all wander outside. No one stops you. There's a big group of people outside because the smoke alarm's gone off. There is, you can see smoke coming out of one of the windows, and the fire engines have already begun to arrive to put out the fire.
We're gonna leave with Zechariah.
Okay. Are you trying to be stealthy about this, or are you just going to
Yeah,
dump him on the bike and
we're
drive
kinda
off?
like- We're trying to slip away.
Everybody makes stealth or infiltration related checks. If you don't have it, it will just be simply speed -4. Speed roll -4. So I go get 16. That's good. I take it your speed is 6.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 6. Okay, that's not great, but there we go.
Not a 1.
No, it's not a 1. No. And yeah. Cyrodiil.
Oh, it's just like, running out with the rest of the crowd.
Okay, are you when you run out, the rest of the crowd stops outside? Are you going to stop with them, or do you want to disappear into the crowd and leave?
Yeah, I guess I'll try to disappear in the crowd and leave.
So that's an infiltration. If you don't have infiltration, that's just speed plus a d12 -4. That's well done. That's a good roll, considering you got a -1. Prism, you
Yep.
still haven't rolled, you motherfucker.
I mean, I'm
Make
across the street. Like,
Yeah, but you still
that's
do
fine.
you
What?
make a roll? It's
I'm just
there's
gonna
just
roll.
it.
Just
It's
one-
different for you than everyone else. That's all.
All right, hold on.
What do you notice the smoke?
I'm just drinking orange chai. What do you want to roll? Speed? Just
But
D12?
infiltration. If you want to sneak off, it's infiltration.
I do have infiltration now.
Then make a roll
So
on that.
We're gonna do speed plus that, whatever.
Yep.
I'm gonna be like, oh, that's lovely.
Well, that's fine. I mean, you do the best of everyone. So as far as you can tell, you're pretty much okay. Well, apart from Igor, but he's at center. So
Gonna sigh and
So-
leave. Yeah.
so you all leave.
So that went well, huh?
Yes, no
No.
shots were fired.
Oh, it did not go well, Igor.
Yeah, from now on, I don't think I'm gonna be wanting Igor as backup for me. If anything, he cancels out one person.
Well, we'll have plenty of time to
The
talk about
Maverick.
this back at the facility. Why don't you guys try to finish and drop that bounty off? I'm going to, and I look around for I don't know, Love Doll brothel, or better yet,
I turn to Sheridan. I say, "Let's go." And
What? Oh, I'm trying to separate from you guys if you guys have the body.
why?
It's not a body, it's a person. These are
Yeah.
lives.
He's dead.
The corpse. Either way, I'm trying to stay
It's
away
not
from
dead.
it.
It's not dead.
He-
It's
we
not dead.
he's not dead. He just heavily smells of alcohol, so it makes sense that he's passed out, and I'm carrying him. That's why I did that.
Hey.
So,
I'm just an intern. I got a job and stuff.
You know what? I'll let him go. I'm gonna call my bike with the fucking ping, because it has automatic drive. I'm gonna strap Zachariah to the back, and I'm gonna go turn him into the bounty.
okay.
I'm gonna head off with Prism.
No, Prism is busy doing his own thing. You can head
Oh.
off with him, but he will disappear.
I'll head back to the facility then.
Okay, that's fine. You do that. Right. It is now 4 minutes to 11, so I'm going to end it here.
That's fun.
You did make a meal out of that one. You really did make a meal out of that one.
Fucking Igor, God.
I'm pretty sure it's gonna bite us in the ass
Oh,
because
you
we're on
st-
camera going into the room, which then
Why?
ends up on fire after we entered. Because
It's-
you guys thought it was a good idea to light the fire in the room that you
you-
decided to enter.
He is Blorgun.
Which I was.
He is Blorgun. My
No,
last.
not even just this. It was Cade. Cade was
Oh,
the one
just-
that lit the fire.
Oh,
There was a reason I went in the hallway to go trip the fire alarm, so it couldn't be traced back to that room.
Anyways, can I leave him with something, MC? Can I leave? Can I leave him?
You can eat them with whatever you want.
All right. I would like to end this session with the following. As you all run off to your locations to turn in the bounty to hopefully make us some credits while all this shit is going on, I'm going to lay in the bed that I have, the king-size bed, and I'm just going to be, drinking Wormshine. As I look over, yeah, these fucking guys, Tracy, I don't know. They suck.
Oh my God, no!
Yeah! That's it. That's it. That's it. MC, I love you.
No,
Thank you for
that
this.
never
session.
happened. That's not canon. Fuck you,
That's-
Prism.
Oh
No.
no! Oh no! It is. Yeah, yeah. That's happening right now. Anyways, MC, thank you. for
It's
the
not.
session.
It's not canon. I am her owner, dude. No.
Are you? I got perks.
No.
Yes.
You might think that right up until the infosite takes over and goes, "This is mine now. Fuck off."
Yeah.
No. No.
Yes. Okay.
Just fucking-
In case you don't know about the infosite, this man is power. When it comes to computing, he is power incarnate. He is a deity. If you've ever seen the Lawnmower Man, in here I am God.
Wait,
So
wait,
that-
wait. Isn't he in the regular battle doll? Not battle doll. The sex
Wait,
doll?
you must understand,
everywhere.
okay? He doesn't have to be in one place at one time.
That's
He can be in multiple places at
that's
multiple
true.
times.
I think a lot of you don't even know his story yet. I mean, as MC told me, he literally has taken corporations down, and nobody's
Yes,
ever
he-
knows who he is.
I'm pretty sure he could have grabbed Blorgan's corpse and had them be drinking down into Gene Shop, like a genetic code for my character Igor to be built.
He
Well,
could've.
I mean, either way, it's a case that, in case you don't know about the infosite, he basically has dirt on everyone.
So do what he wants. That's yeah.
He can and nobody wants to fuck with him, and he has his own agenda. Always has his own agenda, and nobody knows what it is. No one has never met the infosite, and everybody who works for him always works through a third party, or they allegedly speak to him over comms. That's the only way. So he's never been nailed down.
Okay. Okay.
Fucking
So,
epic. Epic. Anyways.
If I'm
So
correct
he's
in saying
taking over
this,
my battle doll.
Well,
Is
you
what
don't
you're
know
saying?
yet. Well, you don't know, do you?
We're not-
You
you-
just know that Oh, yeah, actually, you don't know anything at the moment.
Analyze this. The
That was
stun knuckles
bullshit.
against fair skin equal 1 punch.
I got nothing. It's EXP, or do you want to wait for next time? What do you want to do for there?
Well, to be honest, I'll give you your bounty this time. I think it's 60k for an easy one, is it?
What are the bounties? No, it's like an easy bounty is like fucking 20 or some stupid shit. Vehicles. That's not the right one. Where is Ether? Ether.
Bounty.
A very easy is 20, and easy bounty is 20 to 40.
Yeah, well, I'm feeling generous. I'll give you 40 for this. I'd say between you split out however you want to. You have 40 grand to do whatever you need to do with.
We each get 10 coins.
Prism doesn't even want any of that unless you guys want to send him what you want. Anyways, EXP. What?
So this will only be 5 points because you really sort of made a meal out of it, and plus
Session.
continuous play. Don't include last week because that's not your fault. I'm not here, so.
Affirmative. All right.
So
There you
the one, there'll be an extra 10.
Yes, it's an extra 10 on top of what you received last week. All right.
Sounds
Okay.
good. Love it. MC,
I'm
thank
at
you for
40
arbitrating.
Oh,
Yeah.
just so you guys know, my other half, her schedule has changed. She is now a bank nurse, which means her hours could vary.
Oh, nice.
So I won't be available necessarily every Wednesday as I have been.
Okay.
That's okay.
But I'll do what I can to let everyone know as to what my hours, when I will be available. All right.
Sounds good. Appreciate it. Thank you for the session. Yeah. And until next time.
Yeah. Everybody have fun, guys. Cheers.
Hey,
Thank you for allowing me to knock out the target.
fucking
That's
guy.
no problem. Cheers. Bye.
Cheers. Bye.
Prism, you